and the one with Jay Moore, which both happened probably around 10 years ago. I don't really see that many comedians being called out for stealing jokes to where it's a problem. Of course, Mencia's like, it's happening all the time, it's out of control. But I think that's just what he wants, because then it'll make it seem like what he did isn't that big of a deal if everybody's getting called out for it. Because still Mencia has trouble accepting responsibility, and he wants to make it seem like Rogan's the big problem here.
Every comedian is pretty much getting accused of this shit. And you know what it's actually doing? It's diminishing what we do. It's diminishing who we are as comedians. It's taking away the power, the beauty, the artistry of what we do. It's turning it into some really shitty, simplistic, oh, this guy can tell that joke. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
That's not how this works. It's taken me sometimes years to perfect not just the joke, but the joke that I tell before, the joke that I tell right after, the joke in between, like to make the arch, to bring this 45 minutes to 1.5 hours of a beautiful movie. It's not that simple, and I hate that it's gotten there, and I hate that now, because every comedian steals, now every comedian is a simple joke thief piece of shit, and it has demeaned the art of what we do, and that was my fear.
Yeah, so I don't really know what he's talking about. I mean, it sounds like he's still coping here. I don't think he'll ever get over it. I mean, it's so funny. He's trying to act like this was his big concern the whole time. Like, I was just worried about all these other comedians having to deal with stuff like this. But again,
I love Too Lazy, but Mencia is just a
because he's acting like
dude,
every comedian
he's
is
a
a joke
prick.
thief. But I'm not sure.
He
who he's
probably
talking
did
about.
end up stealing
I mean,
jokes from people, because like he admitted to it even back in the day. I think Rogan or somebody else had a story about him like literally taking someone else's joke like the same night they're there.
And try to start over. But I don't know if that'll ever happen. And it'd also be interesting if we could see him on Rogan's podcast.
I wasn't even alive when this
I doubt Joe would ever
got
want to do
called
that,
out.
but that would definitely make for an interesting podcast. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And if you want to hear more about Carlos, I actually recently just talked about him on Patreon, because some girl who went to his show claimed afterwards he kept hitting on her and was trying to get her to do Molly with him right in front of her husband. And it's just a crazy story. So if you want to hear about that or just a ton of other stuff, there are over 90 videos. There's a ton of content. So if you like the channel, you want to help support it, make sure you check it out. Put a link in the description.
Kabi Lami's comment section has gotten pretty brutal. Fall off is crazy, your time is over bro, put the fries in the bag, all of which have appeared in just the last few months. Why has this pretty likable TikToker suddenly had his entire audience turn on him? Well, judging by another comment reading, why did we make him the most followed person on TikTok? People are starting to think that he doesn't really deserve it. He gained 162 million followers by repeating a pretty simple formula. Find ridiculous videos of people exerting too much effort on the most basic tasks, then show how to do it in a much easier way. Can't believe he got that big just from reacting to humans being dumb. Even Kabi Lami himself stated, "My videos are simple and easy, but achieving a point of simplicity was actually very difficult." He gained just 9 views and only 2 followers during his first month on TikTok, which only grew to 4,300 after posting a crazy amount of volume.
I was posting like 6 or 7 videos a day.
His main type of content, widely relatable skits, but they were limited by a language barrier as Kabi Lami only spoke Italian. I don't understand what he's saying. Someone translate it, please. I love your videos, but can you please do them in English? Kabi therefore devised a simple solution. Only make videos where he didn't need to talk. He'd state the fact that it's not spoken makes it a universal language. Every kid, every person around the world can see the video and get a laugh simply by watching the images. Unfortunately, KB was now basically limited to mocking cringy videos, although this worked unbelievably well as he began to celebrate milestone after milestone. 300,000, 400,000, 600,000, whilst his ability to silently clown on others only got better and better. He'd begin taking already viral videos and add an unexpected stitch to make them even funnier, leading to his first properly viral video roasting a girl for her non-existent haircut.
How would I have gotten a...
KB's respect from the audience was building higher and higher, leading to a further 60 million views after roasting another TikToker for his strange shaving video. This then doubled to 130 million when he'd joke about a factory worker eating his chocolates. However, it'd be this video here that changed his life forever. Mocking the stupid life hack gained him 250 million views, repeated in another 4 videos, which followed a similar premise. Suddenly, every video was gaining at least 30 million views, whilst his moves were being copied by famous soccer players. Kabi was called the wisest man to ever live, as you say so much without saying anything. He'd celebrated 1 million followers on the 22nd of February, which by the 23rd of May had grown to 50 million. Although with somebody calling this a big L for TikTok, there were people who weren't happy with Kabi Lami's fame. Judging by 46.2 million followers for what, and 8.8 million likes for what, people thought that there was too much reward for too little effort, which can often turn into a person becoming hated. Take for example the Haktua girl. She's not disliked because she's a rude or terrible person. She's disliked because her success hasn't been earned. Without seeing his history on the platform, viewers might perceive Kabi in a similar way, as a low-effort TikToker who makes $750,000 per post for holding out his hands in a 20-second video. The main joke is that Kabi gained over 100 million followers by doing nothing. On the unpopular opinion subreddit, one user wrote, "Kabi Lami is boring, not funny, predictable, low effort and famous just because he uses other people's content. 90% of his TikToks are low effort. He has a few quality vids, but that's it. He shouldn't deserve the recognition he's got right now. I really have nothing against the guy, just that there are some people who put real effort and can't get through, and I don't think that's fair. Others didn't like him simply because they thought he wasn't funny."
It hurts me because these just aren't good, and he has so many likes.
Honestly, I'm glad I'm not the only one who didn't find him that funny, but there's a much stranger reason that people began to hate him. Kabi posted a simple Instagram story, "Say No to Racism," posted with a separate video in which he'd help a white person pull a sword out of the ground. It was captioned, "In a racist society, it's not enough to be non-racist. We must be anti-racist." But after this, Kabi made a brand new story. I'm seeing a lot of comments where people says, "I unfollowed you because you did this video." I don't mind, guys. We are almost in 2022 and people still use racism because they have nothing to do in their life. You can also unfollow me. I don't care about the numbers, I care about your hearts. This was followed by another post reading, "Instead of wasting your time writing negative comments criticizing, try to help people," although this controversy only ended after being overshadowed by a brand new scandal. Comments began to appear on his videos. "I hope this man beats Charlie. Kabi's more talented than Charlie. I have a feeling that he might pass Charlie." Charli D'Amelio was TikTok's most followed person, although Kabi was right behind her with only 4 million less. Charli losing her title therefore became a possibility, resulting in a war between the two creators. People began devising strategies to make Kabi the most followed.
If you want to help, start commenting Kabi to #1 on every video that you see on your FYP.
Charlie's fans fought back, writing, "There's no way people actually support Kabi Lami. He's literally racist and sexist. He body shames people. We all know damn well that if Charlie did one of these things, her career would be over." A different video added, "So basically Kabi did something so bad. He body shamed a girl, but what were these TikToks even talking about?" Well, an account named Canceling Kabi Lami re-uploaded one of his videos with the caption, "Why is this man obsessed with body shaming girls?" It showed 3 examples of Kabi reacting to women poorly, which was paired with another video of him joking about a dude's obesity. People then discovered Kabi telling women to wash the dishes, resulting in mainstream news articles and some pretty heavy backlash. much. Body shaming is so disgusting. Ew. That's so rude. I can't believe he'd do that. As a result, Kabi lost 400,000 followers before the day was over, although people then recognized what was going on. They're cancelling Kabi because he's gonna pass Charlie. Kabi therefore regained 1.5 million followers the very next day, ironically helping him become the most followed TikToker. Although Kabi Lami's reputation has been trending downwards ever since that day. Bro disappeared from my FYP after he became the most followed on TikTok. Ever since he passed Charlie, he's not been on my FYP, also being noticed by Noah Glenn Carter.
Because he's basically done nothing since becoming #1. Like, he never even made a video celebrating or acknowledging that he was now the #1 most followed TikToker. And since becoming #1, he's posted once, maybe twice a week.
As mentioned, Kabi went from making 6 or 7 videos per day to basically never posting. He instead began to state, "I want to make films. This is my main objective. I've wanted to make movies since I was a child," almost implying he was better than his TikTok audience. When he did post a video, it was often just an ad. Kabi did promotions for Airbnb, Hugo Boss, even Facebook, and by disrespecting his audience with loads of different ads, the audience would also lose respect for him. He used to be so famous. How did bro get forgotten? People started posting TikToks such as, "Maturing is realizing that Kabi Lami was never funny, and that whole race for him to Charlie was lame," as well as, "Bro, can we all agree that Kabi Lami wasn't even funny? We just wanted him to pass Charlie D'Amelio in followers," which on its own gained almost 1 million likes. I mean, sometimes he was low-key funny, but it got old real quick, hinting at Kabi's next problem. As far back as 2021, people were already stating,
"It's the same thing every single time. I know exactly what's gonna happen in each goddamn video."
Honestly, Kabi's videos were funny at first, but the joke got old after a while. He was really funny at the start, but his joke is getting old. He never does anything else but these kind of videos. Well, now it's 3 years later, and the joke still hasn't changed. His lack of changing content becomes a lack of growth, for which the audience trashes him in comment after comment. But it's been especially bad recently. On the 14th of August, this person commented, "Kabi always knows how to keep it simple and hilarious," but only 2 weeks later, the same person's now stating, "Just put the fries in a bag, bro." In the past, Kabi Lami stated,
"Of course, the people, they will always found something bad to do you. I think it's just part of the life."
And turning his back on TikTok has definitely had some benefits. He'd appear in the recent Bad Boys movie, is now a judge on Italy's Got Talent, and most notably, he's about to release his own feature film called Double O Kabi.
Hello guys and gals, me Mutahar, and this is just another video in a set of videos that I like to subtitle on this channel, the YouTube ad block war, okay? You know, I'm like Frank West, I covered wars, you know, I'm like a war journalist, and the war that I'm covering is YouTube's ad block war, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I want to just stress and, you know, preface this by saying that I understand why YouTube needs to have an ad block. Like, I get it. I'm not dumb. I don't think any of us are dumb. YouTube is an expensive site to run. Now, if you look at actual Google's earning, you can see that Google basically makes most of its advertising revenue most of its revenue from advertising dollars, okay? So according to Statista, all right, just in 2023, they apparently made $305 billion US just in advertising revenue, okay? Now, obviously, Google's got other businesses, but this is kind of a primary thing. And if you think YouTube isn't making most of its money from advertising dollars, you would be surprised, okay? That's pretty much where the lion chunk of money is gotten, or comes from. Now, the thing about ads is, obviously, people who watch YouTube on desktop, I would probably assume have an ad blocker enabled, right? Just because ad blocks are kind of a necessary thing for most of the internet these days, okay? It's to a point where the internet advertising state is so dangerous that law enforcement agencies like the Federal Bureau of Intelligence advise you to use an ad blocking solution in order to peruse the sites on the internet, okay? Even the nicest website could have the filthiest scam advertisement that can actually cause you some serious financial harm, which is why ad blocks are necessary. Now, the thing about YouTube is, if you know YouTube's terms and services, they will straight up tell you when you block YouTube ads, you violate the terms of services. And so they give you a whole bunch of guides on how to whitelist YouTube versus any other website, right? And the thing is, obviously, I'm not going to sit here and pretend to tell you which ad blocks or solutions you want to go down. I'm not trying to catch a community guideline strike from the platform I'm uploading to. But one thing that's always interested me is if you go to chromewebstore.google.com, you can see that literally, okay, featured extensions involve AdBlock, AdBlock Plus, AdBlock for YouTuber, YouTube AdBlock by Friendly. And some of these have gotten reviews up to like 325,000 reviews at some point, okay? I've never fucking reviewed an extension in my life, okay? So I want to meet the people that are reviewing it. You've got 9 million something users using these tools on their system. You've got entire web browsers like Brave, the browser that I use, specifically working on fighting ads every single day. So clearly it's a problem, and even Google doesn't really fight that hard against it. Like on their own store, they have an extension that would be against the TOS for another product they have. Wild stuff. So the reason why we're kind of talking about it is YouTube's warfare against ads have intensified to the point that they have now implemented new forms of advertisement, okay? So for a lot of people that watch YouTube on their television, is the title of that show porny? Whoa, okay. Well, other side of the world is a little different than mine. But yeah, you start to read stuff like this where YouTube is redesigning the streaming experience for viewers and advertisers, okay? So for instance, on, TV YouTube, all right, which is totally different than desktop YouTube. I know this for a fact because every time I walk in on my dad watching his videos on YouTube for TV, because that's how he watches YouTube, not on a desktop or even like his mobile device. He actually uses a TV application. The amount of times he skips through ads reminds me of cable television, okay? Tons of your favorite YouTubers put in mid-roll ads like crazy, okay? I personally don't. Like, throughout all my time on YouTube, I can only probably remember a few times that I put it in for longer videos, but, generally when you see like a crazy amount of videos or advertisements on videos, the YouTuber probably went into the actual advertising, setting on the actual video and chunked in like a whole bunch. But I don't know at this point. Sometimes YouTube can just throw in ads like crazy. And one of the ads that kind of showed up that made people a little wild is this one right here, this Dunkin' Donuts ad. So if you read what they're actually talking about over here, they said that what they're bringing is, apparently in May they announced CTV first formats, including 30-second non-skippable ads, okay, and pause experiences. Now I believe this Dunkin' Donuts experience is a pause experience, okay? So some guy on YouTube decided to pause their video, and all of a sudden they were like, whoa, hold on there, buddy. You sure you don't want a $6 Dunkin' meal deal?
What the
And that's pretty much what it comes down to. Now, would I pay $6 for Dunkin's coffee? I'm sure it's probably better than Tim Patel's, but at the end of the day, I'm not going out of my house to go get Dunkin's coffee because I saw an ad on YouTube, okay? Wild stuff. Now, I haven't seen this on YouTube for desktop, and I think primarily it's because YouTube realizes that, if you pause a video and just walk away, you probably aren't looking at that screen. And I would kind of expect the same for the TV version, but clearly YouTube is trying to over monetize their actual website, and I'm pretty sure a lot of it has to do with the costs of running the website, and a lot of the internet is getting more expensive. Like, you've probably seen a lot of your favorite streaming services increase, subscription prices across the board. But yeah, with YouTube, it seems like ever since management shifted over to Neil, these levels of advertising have only just escalated to this point. Now, again, when you look at the price for some of these YouTube's premium models, right? Which YouTube's actual argument is, if you want to avoid the advertisements, you go get YouTube Premium. Now, I don't have YouTube Premium myself, and you might be like, wow, as a YouTuber, why don't you get YouTube Premium? Personally, I don't really have a lot of streaming subscription services because honestly, I find them to be way too much. It's such an intensely, I guess you could say, contested field at this point. There's a lot of them. So one post that I saw from literally 12 hours ago, this one user says YouTube increased their family premium plan by like 50%, okay? So they went from 179 Norwegian krones to 269 Norwegian krones a month. So again, somebody doing the math on that, like, you know, if you took, again, if you did the old Jaguar math, 269 times 12, you know, you're looking at 3,228 krones, which again, based on the current dollar, $300 a year for just your YouTube subscription, okay? Now, on a side tangent, I fucking hate subscription services, okay? So to show you why I dislike streaming services a lot, this is Prime Video, Amazon Prime. And I'm watching the show Parks and Recreation right here, and the funniest thing about it is, like, you can see how every single episode here is included with Prime. Literally out of every single one of these seasons, I think it's just season 2 where, like, you're watching every single episode on Prime, and all of a sudden, one episode out of this entire show on Amazon Prime costs like $21.99 a month. You gotta join a different subscription service on top of the fucking subscription service you're using in order to experience it. This is why I dislike subscriptions. No way in fresh hell I am paying $22 a month to watch one episode of a television show. Okay, get out of here, okay? This is why I don't get into subscription services in the first place. They always told me, oh, Muda, it's better than cable TV. Bro, I was paying for packages on cable TV, and I'm paying for subscription services now by the boatload. It's not happening. Now, again, the thing about YouTube ads is, obviously it's against terms of services, but I'm pretty, like, sympathetic. Like, for me, I'm not going to get mad if you use advertisement blockers and you watch my videos. I've seen wild takes from YouTubers going and saying, well, it's basically piracy if you watch my video without an ad block. Look, I just feel lucky and blessed that people watch my content in the first place. Watching an ad or, you know, clicking on any of the sponsor links in any sponsored video I have is just like basically a bonus, okay? I just want you guys to enjoy watching the videos that, you know, I make. And the thing about it is, I can see the experience of YouTube because of the over-monetization and the constant mid-roll ads and the constant unskippable ads. People are tuning away from the platform, not the people on the platform. And that is when things get outright hostile and bad to the people producing the videos. I want you guys to enjoy watching the content. I don't want you to fight through YouTube advertisements. Now, I'm not going to say that you should use ad blockers. That's clearly against YouTube's TOS. But me, I can understand why somebody would choose to do that just to watch a video. Because yes, at times, if you don't have YouTube Premium, it can be a nearly unwatchable experience. And one of the things that I really want YouTube to address, and they've done a decent job of it, but I want to talk about the wild scam advertisements that exist.
Why do they make the letters
So some of the stuff that I've seen floating around is from this one YouTube Reddit, right? Which is not an official Reddit, it's a fan Reddit. But the thing is, most of the posts here are about the fucked up ads people end up screenshotting on their devices. So this guy's watching a Mark Rober video, and one of the ads is Prison Angels Sin City. Now, this is literally like some girl, like, you know, obviously playing with a record. Now, clearly it's a suggestive image, and, you know, I don't think it's necessarily against YouTube's TOS, but I know what the advertiser in this situation is trying to do. Now, one funny one that I read out of all these was this one, where they had this, like, one meme, me waiting for the YouTube ad to finish so I can watch a video about first aid and perform CPR on my grandma. Bro, just call the ambulance, bro. Call the ambulance. Granny's gonna be at God's doorstep before the ad buffers get out of here. Now, I like this one a lot too. I could just imagine being like imagine being like a marketing student for a second. And you hear all these things about crazy historical like ad campaigns. And then the only ad kick in your ass is Skibbity Toilet, Mr. Beast, Family Guy, Jeff the Killer Slot for Gary's Mod that you can play on your phone or tablet. Now, this is a scam. Gary's Mod isn't available on a cell phone or tablet, okay? Unless you use shit like emulators, which is a totally different story. This is designed so children download ad-ridden software for free and just, you know, fucking completely nuke their privacy, give up information, or God forbid sign up for subscriptions where they just don't need to. Aw, dude, no, not Homelander, not my boy Homelander, bro. They got him too. How bad is the contracts over at Bot where Homelander is telling me how to play these shitty mobile games? Which, by the way, the funny thing about looking at these mobile games is 9 times out of 10, every single one of these games, the gameplay does not reflect what you see. I made tons of these videos in the past, like 6 years ago I was talking about it. 6 years later, the story has not changed, okay? So no, Homelander, I'm not gonna download Last War survival game, okay? And I don't think any of you should either. But this one's really bad, like, I don't know, this might actually get me taken, like, this might get the video taken down, but this is a kid, this is an app called Lightsaber Gun Sound Effects, okay? So why would this video possibly get me taken down? Because it shows a kid digitally vaping, all right? So yes, vape and gun sound, I don't really see lightsabers here. But yeah, this kid's just like vaping into the smartphone. Now to be fair with you, okay? If I saw my kid doing this, I'd be on the most international hunt for milk that you've never seen before, okay? I would just be gone, all right? I would realize my failure as a parent and just run away. But yeah, it's a bad thing. Like kids are basically looking at it and being like, oh yeah, I want to join in on that. Let me get a little vape cart too. Oh, this one, dude. Learn colors with Daddy Pig. Draw now with Daddy Pig. No download required. And then it's like mydrawing.com, and it's the pig dad from Peppa Pig. Okay. Now I've seen Peppa Pig being waterboarded in the past by Eli So Cray, but this image, this disgusts me. Okay, this is quite literally haram. Shouldn't even be looking at it. Bad. This guy's just looking at Subnautica memes, and that prison angel goddamn image comes back again, dude. Can't even be watching wholesome memes without it. You know, imagine you're just sitting there minding your own business, okay? You got a nosy parent or aunt or uncle. I know we all do, okay? You're sitting there watching your memes on the internet, and that ad looks up. Ooh, you're gonna have a lot of explaining to do. Well, again, it's another dog water mobile game you shouldn't download. Match Family. This is a match game, by the way, okay? Mom, husband, and son are stranded out in the blisteringly cold wilds, okay? Dad abandons the kids, because I guess he saw his kid vaping into a phone, and mom and kid are just rolling on the land, and I love how it gives you the option to help them. What, am I gonna abandon them? Maybe, alright, but at least give me the option in the game, Jesus Christ. And yeah, it's literally a match 3 game. That is at least the least egregious ad I've seen. Where it gets really downright illicit, and of course I'm blurring this, but this is an app called Cast2. It's a TV casting screen sharing application, and I guess I'll just show you what's going on, okay? So this is the most safe for work part of this. So here you can see the application's camera as it's pointed to somebody's hand, right? And you can see that this person is wearing clothes, and obviously the camera app typically shows that it can look through clothing. So the parts of the ad that I can't show you, yeah, well, that's just you trying to get illegal creep shots, okay? So yeah, that's apparently right on YouTube advertising, right on the shorts out there, right there, Cats 2. So yeah, YouTube's advertisement war has gotten more intense. YouTube is more ready to show you advertisements, and honestly, you know, it's one of those things where I really wish YouTube could get in and at least really tackle the worst offenders on the platform, which are still out there, and unfortunately still could target children. But look, beyond just like the annoying ads out there too, it's really the experience that I hope YouTube really looks at and thinks about it again, okay? I'm not against ads on the platform. I think obviously ads are what sustains the sites and keeps them going. But there's got to be a healthy balance between making the site nearly unusable for the audience and, you know, monetizing off of it, okay? I don't think you should be so heavy-handed, because I think if you go really heavy-handed and making the experience so ad-ridden, those users that come to YouTube might end up just going to other video sharing platforms in the long run, okay? And it's not as if YouTube doesn't really have competition, okay? Yes, down the road there are other platforms. TikTok, for instance, you know, their competitor, I think Facebook can be a viable competitor if they still play their cards right. But yeah, at least in YouTube's camp, it's like, you gotta have a healthy balance. And this is not a healthy balance. And you gotta stop those goddamn scammers, because every time I go to the YouTube Reddit board, there is just new content to work off of. It's not good. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Just like if you dislike it out.
No.
Change the video quick.
I gave scammers access to my computer, which I've done before, but these guys are good. Like, scary good. They're pretending to scan my network for hackers and tell me to log into my crypto account. They click the I to steal my password, and the second I log in, they hide my screen.
It
device being updated?
Yeah, just ignore that right now.
I can't see anything that's happening. My keyboard's locked, the mouse, it doesn't function, and there's $400,000 worth of Bitcoin on the account. Sir, I don't understand what's happening.
They will clear any unauthorized logins and install securities to protect the accounts. By the end of the call, you'll have a good night's sleep, I promise you. We're not making any transfers, we're just securing it, sir.
Right. There are 4 different scammers trying to steal everything from my crypto account and my bank account, but I think we can get them shut down. My computer isn't normal. For one, I'm keylogging myself, which means everything that's typed is stored right here. So I can see that they're on the withdrawal page trying to add their own wallet. They probably think they're stealing everything, but they don't know that I recently partnered with Kraken, and this account isn't exactly real. Their engineers and fraud team put together this custom environment for me. It looks just like their website, because it is their website, only I don't really have 12 Bitcoin. So as I sit here quietly, the scammers think they're winning, but really I'm just talking to the fraud team. They just added an account.
Give me 2 minutes to completely clean this website, sir.
Okay. This was the perfect group of scammers for Kraken and I to test our skills, because they're clearly experienced, and if we can collect enough information, we can get them shut down. Except that hold music is Kraken's hold music, which means they're calling the actual Kraken support, and I was not expecting that.
Yeah, we're on the phone with them. My technician is actually trying to work with their technician to see if they can have that figured out.
That's me 2 months ago, and I might look calm, but I'm freaking out in Kraken's chat. I don't know what these scammers are going to do, and if customer service says we can't find an account with that email, then we lose a big opportunity. Mind you, all of this is live.
You can introduce me as your son, so I can work with them on this. That I authorize him, and he'll be able to work with you.
Can you give me 1 second just to get a drink of water?
I'm trying to ping a bunch of people. I have no clue what's about to happen right now. I don't...
I'm Walter's son. What's happening is we were trying to transfer some funds over to my account.
It's pretty bold for a scammer to claim to be your family member while talking to actual customer support. If they say something wrong, the entire scam could be ruined. But these guys are good, and I realized from the very beginning, like at the moment I started talking to them, they had been planning for this.
Sir, it's security, sir. Like I said, you're part of the family. That's the least that we can do for you. I mean, we don't want you to be worried about anything.
Your parents taught you to treat an old man with respect.
My father's a veteran, sir. So
God
we
bless
do
him.
treat people with respect. Consider me like your grandson.
The scam starts with websites that look like
Goofball.
this. It's designed to look just like Microsoft support, but if you call the phone number, somebody like Justin is going to answer.
You got a security warning, so we want to make sure that nobody else is also using your computer at the same time, or they're trying to get access to the computer. The software is going to help connect this computer to our security servers, so that we can run a scan on your computer and find out what's happening, what are the troubleshooting steps that are required. All the services should be running. Do you see anything which is stopped right now?
Oh, it's kind of maybe half and half.
No way I can do this.
Half and half? Wow, that's not good. Even the firewall is not opening on your computer.
No way.
It's supposed to open at all times
Oh my goodness.
These graphs and scans won't fix anything. There's not even a problem, but it does look technical, and it makes things less suspicious when they ask you to log into your bank.
Open your bank's website, check your balance, check your transactions, see if everything looks okay.
It's
so
like a...
anything that goes wrong, we can fix it.
Like some kind of insurance?
Exactly. When you buy any of these things, when you get a bank account, sir, your bank protects you. When you get a computer, Microsoft protects you. So you're protected with everything.
Don't pee on my leg and tell me it's ringing. Okay?
That's true. That's how it works.
I had no clue. I don't really see anything out of the ordinary. Everything looks okay.
Have you checked the transactions also, sir, to make sure that the transactions are fine?
Yeah. Oh, thank God.
Transactions are fine too. That's perfect. That's
Oh,
great.
man. My heart was...
This bank isn't real either. I altered the Bank of America demo website, but the scammer thinks it's real.
I feel so
and
stupid.
That's why he pulls out the command prompt to try to scare me.
Next to reset connections, there will be an option which will say current connection.
I could have done this the entire time.
Yep, 15. That's a lot.
Connections is 15.
Is it like how many neighbors I have nearby?
This is no big deal.
No, it's just on you. This is how many people are connected to your computer right now.
That's not true.
An option which would say failed connection attempts.
2,829.
It should always be 0.
Bitch.
As soon as they get into your computer, all they want is your money or your information. So what they'll try to do is, first they'll try to attack
I should
your
shut
bank.
the computer down then.
I need to move
That
this
won't
window quick.
help.
Hang on.
That won't help at all.
Turn this puppy off.
That won't help. No, don't
Yeah,
turn
yeah,
the computer
I got a
off, sir.
Discord.
That won't help.
How can they use it if I
That
turn
would
it
have
off?
been in 19.
Is the computer
It
still
should be in my.
1970s, sir.
Hang on, where are you?
Is the computer still alive?
It doesn't even show
When the
me.
computer is turned off?
I selected the option for it to
Yeah,
show me
absolutely,
where.
sir. Even when
If
the
you go
computer
on
is turned
Twitch,
off,
Billy
know that.
Maysfield
Well,
74.
this could be good though, because I got him trapped inside the computer.
And that's our
Should I
that's our
bring it
only
down to-
recourse,
Hey,
sir.
go to
Bring it down to
private.
the
I
police
made you to where you
department?
can join
Police
it.
department doesn't work with that, sir. They're going to call Microsoft directly. Let me get my
Okay.
supervisor on the phone for you.
All right,
this
we
is a
good.
little bit
Just
above my
in
pay grade,
case
sir.
somebody wants to
What
join
I'm
in
gonna
and
do,
say the
14
N-word or
people, I
some
hope
other
you understand,
stupid
I can
shit,
handle
I'm
2
good.
or 3 hackers in the computer, but when
Because
it's
I put it on.
more than that, I have to get my
I put
supervisor
the Discord
on the phone.
link on Twitch.
Nothing is out of the reach
I've
of
done a
Microsoft.
lot of shit.
My guys are happy to stay as long as it needs, as long as
I got.
because my
I was
team,
trying to look up
we're
a way I
15
could just
guys.
make my own,
We're champions in this,
my
sir.
own chat
I don't
and
know a lot of
stuff.
things, but this is something that I know, and I can help you out,
But-
and I will.
So your call has been transferred to me from Mr.
Huh.
Dustin, network engineer, and at the same time he has given the
Oh,
report
fun.
of your case to me.
Now the manager
literally just
wants
been
me to
joining lobbies.
check
I
my
mean, you
other
saw what I was
financial
doing.
accounts, so I pull up Kraken, and I'm
It's so
introduced to
fucking funny.
Pete,
Like that
the
dude
networking guy.
destroyed
My name
my.
is Peter Hendricks. You can call me Pete.
Destroyed my
I am
shit.
a level 5 technician here with the platform security team. We have
And
some
then I just
unwanted
dipped.
intruder hook into your network. Maybe they're trying to,
I
do
really suck at
something which
gaming.
is
That's a cool name.
obviously not good.
Nothing of value
Were you
is
in?
done
Yeah, you
by
were in here.
Justin's
How
team.
long ago was it he
It's
said
an
that?
illusion
Do you
to
know?
make me feel
Because I had
I
it
think it's gonna
covered with
take them
fucking
about
Discord
1.5
and YouTube.
hour more, but we won't have you stay
This
that
other guy
long.
in
You
chat,
go
you
to
said
sleep.
no
That's not a
to.
problem at all. They'll
Got a
scan,
Discord
they'll
server,
do
he
it,
asked
okay?
twice, and you
And
said no.
we'll call you tomorrow. So any financial risk is something that we're gonna eradicate first, and as soon
Wait,
as we're
Pete-
able to secure your financials, right after that, we'll start kicking
Okay.
them out one by
Pete-
one. So I actually just got the server
Activity.
report.
I just
We
now
found
looked at
3
the
notifications, sir. First notification
activity
is related to
feed
your
on
financials.
Discord.
I'm gonna
Do you have a
conference this call.
PSP?
If you give me your special authorization, what I'll do for you is I'll get
Like
Bank
it
of
says,
America on the phone right
3
now.
days ago,
The
returning Spin
representative
Trader
will
X,
verify you,
and it
he's
says
gonna ask permission if he can talk to
PPSSPP.
me. I'll
Would that be
explain
the?
what's going on
That's the
so that
remote
they
thing.
understand exactly what's happening on the computer. Should that be okay, sir?
Oh.
Yeah, whatever I have to do, yeah,
Well, it
that
just
sounds
streams
great.
it, doesn't
Confident
it?
scammers will do this trick where they call your bank, let the
Because
automated
that's
voice
what
system play,
Xbox
and at the last
does when I
second,
play on
take
it,
over the
and
call.
then
Calling
I have
fraud
to
prevention
stream
team,
it to
Bank
my
of America.
computer.
Justin, meet Jacob.
I don't have
meet
to. I have a
Justin.
fucking
all right. Hi,
capture
well,
card, but I didn't want to use it. I wanted to use it for the
Justin
fucking
here, sir.
camera.
I would need your authorization on the very phone
I had a
call
really
because
bad,
this is a
like the
financial phone
$20
call. Do you authorize
Walmart
me to share your
capture
account
card.
information with a third party on the phone?
This one can actually do 1080, 60
I
FPS.
authorize there to be a third party.
My name is Justin. So let me tell you what happened. Mr. Williams was actually surfing internet, and while surfing internet, I think he might have just clicked on something, or they were
Which
people
one?
were trying to get into his computer. So you know how Trojans are? They
Don't tell me it's
impact
an
financials
Alienware.
right away. Oh, okay.
Okay, good.
A few investments
That would have been
on his
retarded.
computer, so we just wanted to make sure that all of that
I do.
was secure.
Everything they have is a ripoff.
Various investments.
Like ever.
Microsoft can go ahead and clean your website, and that'll do the job.
I don't think I've ever seen those.
The customer's logged in on that website while you do the troubleshooting, just to
I don't know
miss anything. That sounds like a plan.
There's nothing wrong with the bank. Everything's safe. No hackers.
Absolutely. Nothing at all, sir. Nothing at all, Mr. Williams. You're welcome,
Can
Mr.
your
Williams.
PC run that?
Nothing to worry.
What do you
On the
have?
recorded line, my name is Jacob. My name is Jacob Holding. I've frozen Mr. Williams' account for the next few days so that nobody can access
That's what I don't have.
The
I've
only
got the
thing that is
7.
remaining is cleaning the website login on your computer, which Justin is going to look after for you, sir. This website is completely
No,
clear now.
don't. Save it for the 50 series. They've already released it. It's supposed to be end of this year, early next.
That whole thing was a show and dance to make me get my mind off of my bank and focus on my Kraken.
No,
account.
it'll.
They want to steal
Everything will run it.
all of my Bitcoin.
Console, you gotta think, consoles are always more underpowered than what a actual desktop PC is.
To reveal my password,
so,
and it takes less than 2
like
minutes
even
the
the original 360 graphics card in a PC does better than what the single chip on the Xbox did.
Let me quickly go ahead and issue a temporary wallet to make sure that you do not lose your coins while we're clearing out.
That's crazy.
So, all this, we're adding a wallet in your Kraken, sir, and your coins will be transferred that wallet in the.
Yeah, I don't even care for all that stuff. I just want my shit to run.
While that's happening, sir, that will just secure it.
I was surprised, like I was talking about it yesterday. When I made this thing, I had almost 0 issues whatsoever.
They spend the next 30 minutes or so
None.
adding Bitcoin
I literally, it
wallets,
was plug and play
the
the entire time.
I have an error.
I think
and this is important because every
there was
wallet
one
he sends
plug, I think I
gives us
forgot, but
more
I'm pretty sure it was just the front I/O. Because I had it on the wrong. You know how on the bottom right it has all your fucking I/O pins, and then the COM pins to the left. Yeah, instead of mine being like one single unit, it's all the little single wires. So you have to see the little tiny writing on the board to see which one it is.
Which is pretty bad news for Justin.
Whenever you run into those situations where you're getting one or many wallets,
I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad it freaking had all that information because I sure as fuck wouldn't have known.
We take that wallet address and we look at our system, see if it was generated by our wallets. And in that case, it was not. We have a community of all the security, fraud, compliance folks at all the various popular exchanges, and we have the ability to pass intelligence over to them.
We'll run it though. Like make sure you get the shotguns.
Looks like it's tied to your exchange. Why don't you look into it?
Yeah, the suppressed shotguns. That way you can take down. I would say like we could run it without taking the guy down, but it's so much more difficult if you just kill the jug and then move on from there. It's golden.
And so the scammer could still log into
even if it's different weapons, it's all right. We'll still do it.
50 Bitcoin in their account that they've stolen from many other victims.
Okay, so we'll just both have to shoot them.
Yeah.
But they're never going to get those funds at this point.
Yeah.
And that's in my fucking car.
Will just get locked
No,
out.
it's not.
The other exchange will go and they'll work with law enforcement from there. Who knows what happens to Justin? But he doesn't get the funds in that case.
So when we're trying to crack, sir, it seems like there is an error that we're getting from Kraken.
Okay.
Yeah, we might have to call Kraken for this, sir. What we're gonna do is to make it easier for you. Let me conference the call with Kraken. Once we conference the call with Kraken, come with me. You can introduce me as your son.
With all the
my
setups?
son with me, and he's gonna be able to. So I can work with them on this.
Nice.
I authorize him, and he'll be able to work
I just
with
killed
you.
this other guy.
Can you give me 1 second just to get a drink of water?
I'm trying to.
It doesn't
ping a bunch
matter.
of people.
That's more difficult,
I have
but
no clue what's about to happen right now.
should be okay.
If you remember, I was freaking out, and I didn't know what was going on, but Kraken said, "Don't worry, we're on it," and someone answered.
My name is Thomas.
Thomas.
Oh, Tom.
Okay.
You can call me Tom. Yeah.
At the time, I had no idea what was happening or who I was talking to, which you probably can see.
Okay, I'm in a rocket. Give me 2 seconds.
The entire CS team was
I'm gonna find somebody to
this, and if anyone called with my email to stall.
I'm Walter's son. What's happening is we were trying to transfer some funds over to
there's what I'm looking for, the oppressors.
Funds account.
I try to only go for oppressor Mark IIs.
That gave us a bit of time to think.
Or
and the plan
Deluxos.
was, if we could convince Justin to make a Kraken account, maybe we could get even more information.
Yeah, can you stay online? I'll be right back, okay?
Sure. Thank you. Okay, thank you.
So, yeah, I will need to come to
Slightly.
to assist you there.
Uh,
right? So they can provide you further instructions and steps.
You know, in the
Alright?
Periscope,
So
you can
basically,
actually
yeah, if you reach out to a specialist team, they will
lock
get back
on
to
to
you
help
very shortly by
planes and
email.
shit.
So just expect an email from us.
I
Someone at the
did
Kraken
not
support
know
team
they would actually
crafted an
work. I
email
killed a
from
Hydra a minute ago.
support@kraken.com saying,
Alright, go ahead and invite
only
me.
way for me to transfer funds is if I could send money to another verified Kraken account. Now, this isn't normal, and actually you can't do that on Kraken, but the scammer hopefully doesn't know that. If he were to go through this process, he might
I'm
give
at
up some
400K.
very personal information, like his passport or something,
When I
and that's worth a shot.
When I just had fucking 15 million, not a day ago.
Your account can only send
But
crypto to another verified
I
crypto
got the
account.
Strike
Then they
Force,
just sent a second email that
the Night Shark.
Let me try to read that for you, sir.
yeah, you can read it.
I used it a bunch with the orbital
you read it.
cannon.
Let me try to read that for you.
Upgraded the facility. Upgraded the
Can I say
Kasaka.
frickin'?
I have
Will you allow
everything
me?
on
I
it
just said
now.
Sorry, I said
Just
frick.
put it on 20, just
This
to
is
even
so
it.
cool.
That's it.
Because, like, he believes. Well, why wouldn't he believe it? It actually is Kraken support.
No. Put
He
me on
called Kraken support?
20%. That was it.
I know, I said frick. I said it
You
again.
get 60
Justin has
or
no
80.
reason to be suspicious. He's just afraid of giving that kind of information.
Because I didn't do the setup.
So he's got to come up with some excuses.
Let's call. Why don't we
Yeah,
do
but
this?
I'm not a dick.
Let's call Kraken, and we'll ask.
No.
And if
I don't need that much, bro.
just to be sure.
Let's call Kraken right now.
Yeah, well, let's call.
I am ready. Just put me on 20%. Why would you take 15? You did every one of the setups. Let me grab a drink.
Thank you so much for on the line, sir. I appreciate your patience. I think we have Steve. Steve, is it from Kraken on the phone?
Thanks for calling Kraken. This is Steve.
Chris?
Mr. Williams, my name is Peter Hendricks. You can call me Pete. This is Steve.
This isn't Kraken.
Steve from Kraken.
So Mr. Williams is a customer with you guys, and he just had a few questions around it.
Are you familiar with the Kraken managed custody feature?
That feature doesn't exist.
Absolutely.
Okay, I don't know anything about it.
At least 3 attempts of checking your accounts today.
Yeah, but still.
And all 3 of them were in regards to a withdrawal.
He said that your security
Wanted to save that one.
is just hot garbage.
I dropped
is that
it.
True?
Well, that's not kind of
just-
words we would like to
Just
listen
go
to when
right.
our security is
Don't you
top
have the...
phone, and we
What's the
make
entry
sure
point?
that
Did you select the tunnel?
do a withdrawal without a reason.
Okay,
So
okay,
it's
yeah,
not true.
yeah,
This
definitely
guy's
go right.
pretending to be Kraken, and he's supposed to be telling me that I have to get my funds off Kraken, since I'm just purposely trying to make it.
And we just gotta put on fucking rebreathers.
What about if
I still don't know how to put on rebreathers in free mode.
Well, that takes at least 72 hours to
No,
do
no, no.
verification.
I'm on PC. I wouldn't be able to play with you. It was console.
Do you want me to create an account
I use
and
controller
get it verified,
and-
which takes up to 72 hours? Is that okay with you guys?
Up to.
72 hours is going to be a whole lot of time because
Up to. He said up to though.
like I said,
You're the only one that can.
Until we on your computer, nobody can access.
Yeah, the
gentleman's
host is the
computer
only
is
one
being,
allowed to.
Is being accessed by about 14 hackers at the same time.
Wow.
Oh, I got it. In that case, you certainly
for
have
sure.
the option of doing a withdrawal.
Only so long as we're all in the same spot.
An
I don't
account
wanna-
which is under
If I could just
the
interrupt for a
victim's
quick
name and
second there.
social.
It's kind of weird. It says on your website
Well,
on our website, it
it's,
says, you know, if you are
minutes.
on our website under the... Okay.
It looks like
No,
really
it's
big.
what it is the bullets like going
Justin,
through
that's good news. I don't know, are you
and
still on the
like hitting
computer,
a wall
Justin?
or something.
That seems pretty easy.
They're talking about it.
I mean, you and I have been talking on the phone for longer than 4 to 5 minutes.
That's why you can't overshoot with the
They're
ARs.
talking. I don't see.
If the
Justin
what?
does not like this idea because he'd have to give up way more personal info than he wants to, not realizing that he's already being investigated.
I mean, you tell me. You're the, like I said, you're
The
the boss
fucking
here.
tunnel is long
You
as
tell me what
shit.
you like to do, and I'm happy with it.
You'll work on creating a Kraken account.
At least.
Call me back. I don't know. What's 20 hours? 20. If you call me
24 hours?
20 hours from now, now call me tomorrow.
Mhm.
If it works out and you have the account, great. Then Microsoft, we can encrypt it.
I'm gonna play a clip of the first day I talked to him and some of his last words.
You don't have to kill that guy at the top.
I've been trying to go ever since morning. What's happening?
Okay, well,
Thank you, sir. Bye.
He is cool and confident in the beginning, super determined. He knows he's gonna stand it. And now, he's lost hope. Maybe, just maybe in a couple days, he'll be able to figure it out. But I never get a call from Justin. His phone lines
Don't kill the guy to our
dead.
left.
I can't contact them.
Sí, César.
And I'm a little confused.
Okay, no, he
So I
stopped.
reached
Alright,
out
keep
to
going.
the chief security officer at Kraken, Nick Burkoko, again, to try to get some insight. It seems like there's a possibility that part of why Justin just suddenly stopped talking to me is because maybe he had a hunch that something happened.
Not so long as he's over there.
I'm sure he did. You know,
But we're not
pass
going to
that
go this
information
way.
over
We're
to
just
that other
grabbing the
exchange.
key card.
Yeah.
Like I said, they likely started locking.
We already
things
have
down
the
on his
keys to
account,
the main.
and then his ability to do certain activities that he would want to do, like withdraw the funds.
But that was keys.
got
Yeah.
hampered, and he probably
We have
started
one
to
key
notice,
card.
I'm gonna try to
So we
withdraw
need to
some
get,
Bitcoin. Oh, it's
yeah,
getting
get
stuck. I'm going to try to
that.
withdraw it again. It's getting stuck.
I'm
And then
not.
the normal
I don't.
procedure
What's the
and exchange
secondary?
is to sort of escalate with that individual. to
Okay,
try to
we gotta
them
get the
to,
gold then.
You know, do additional things to validate that account. So maybe an additional KYC, or sometimes even like a video call or something to try to verify the identity
Paintings,
of the
I
individual.
think, are the
You want to
least,
typically do more due diligence on that account. So he may have been getting asked questions like, "Hey, can we do a call and you need to show us your passport," or something like that. And obviously, doesn't want to do that.
I would have, to be a fly on the wall in that conversation would be funny. Are there times where potentially Justin would not be able to continue
what the fuck?
receiving
I
funds?
backed out
or
of
For
it.
your general, like for a regular victim, you know, there is a I guess a notion of safety if they are using an exchange like Kraken.
Yeah,
we've
if
done
it
this
is
so
a
many
known
times.
scam or wallet address, and they get duped into sending funds to that wallet address.
Nothing on the other side, but there
we
is
would
gold.
intercept that. And we would say, wait a minute, this is going to a scammer's wallet
Alright,
address.
now we'll go back
Now,
to,
if they were
spawn.
Just using like a hardware wallet
We'll
or
grab
a
these
software
guys
wallet on their
first.
phone, there most likely wouldn't be those that speedball. They would just go and that's it.
Yeah,
They would lose
because
their funds.
that's its job. That's how it's
As long
designed.
as he's on the ground, I think.
Yeah,
I don't
just
think he can
Send
call.
when you send the funds when you.
We
tell
don't
it
even
to.
have to get these
He thought I
guys.
had all this money.
Just gonna get the
and he
camera for
was calling me
security.
every day. And then I thought, oh, well, we did report all of his accounts. He probably figured something out.
Justin probably had bigger problems to deal with at that point.
Yeah.
Especially if he had been scamming a lot of people for a while.
Okay,
And
yeah,
maybe
let me
building up
fill
a
it, and then you
pretty
get the
large
rest.
basket of
Do
crypto
we-
in that other exchange's
I was about to
account.
say, we might have to
Now it
fill
got
up on
locked.
that.
He was-
Now there's
He was
gold.
probably pretty upset.
I looked up Justin's wallet.
Just so long as our shit's filled.
$200,000 worth of Bitcoin had been moving through them, and suddenly it all stopped. There's been no recent transactions, and there's still some crypto in one of the
Alright, we're
wallets.
gonna go
so
back the
Justin's
same
had a
way,
pretty
and then
hard
we'll
time
just
of
go
it.
in the
I'll never
closest
know
gate.
how far local law enforcement went with the information they received, but it's good to know that they were at least disrupted for
You're
a
good.
time. It was
No,
an
it's all
absolute
clear.
joy
It's
working
just
with Kraken on this. That they have
getting
been
over here.
amazing to partner with. If you want to learn more about how they handle security and what we've been doing together, check out kraken.com/Kitboga. I hope you had a chance to learn something and a chance to laugh through Justin's misfortune. As always, know that you're valuable and that you matter. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Oh shit. That sucks. You can hack if you want. I'm just gonna unlock this other door just in case we want.
I don't think it's like bad to have like hot girls in games. I just think it might also be a good idea for there to be games where the girl doesn't have to be hot, you know, and it still be good. I don't know a lot
So
about
get
gaming
the
history,
secondary,
so that might
get
have
the
been a thing
secondary in
always.
this closest
Maybe
door
Anita's
first.
complaining about an issue that didn't even exist.
Get always
but,
get the
you know,
main objective
if for
last, because
framing
that's
of, like,
when
most of the successful games that
supposedly
include
more
women have
security
only hot
comes
women
out.
that like guys can goon to. I think it'd be good to have non-sexualized females in games. I think that wouldn't be a bad thing. How many of you feel like
if there's
you have
even
a good
anything in
understanding of an event, of a pivotal event known as Gamergate? A lot of people say yes.
Well, that fucking
I'm
sucks.
getting some
Where-
mixed answers.
what are
Let's
you at?
say I'm getting sort of a 50-50 here. A lot of people saying yes, a lot of people saying no. Some
Well,
people
we
saying
gotta go.
kinda.
Shit.
All right. Interesting responses. Well, I'll tell you guys what my understanding
You have to be
is.
full.
And then we have a video to watch today that I think will illuminate.
But
us
no,
a bit
I'm
too.
saying, like,
Okay.
before
So
we
Gamergate
stop.
started in, I believe, 2014, really. And there's kind of a few different figures that were the start of it. And it's kind of being repeated right now. At least a lot of similar messaging is being talked about with a lot of people like Rums on Twitter talking about DEI in games, right? Diversity, forced inclusion, whatever I don't even know what DEI stands for, but whatever the case. But my understanding is that it was a controversy. Isn't Gamergate just Anita killing Jesus Christ? Yeah, that's what it was. It was a controversy about ethics in games journalism, and by
It doesn't
by
matter
result of
either
that, it was
way.
a
You still
controversy
wouldn't
about
be.
forced diversion
None of the
in games and cringe in
like
games.
the way you pick it up doesn't really matter.
I don't know how legitimate their
Once we get out here, you'll get the closest motorcycle.
And it kind of came
I'll get the one that's by the
I know that
gate.
is Zoe Quinn. Zoe Quinn is essentially a game developer. Okay,
What the
who,
fuck?
Had made a game. And
Like I said, the
didn't have a lot of
security
attention to
fucking
sales,
spawns.
And she still got very glowing reviews from outlets. And then I believe her ex-boyfriend made a blog post about how she had slept with other. She had
thought the
slept with
game
people
crashed.
for positive game reviews.
Or you
so people were
left.
like, "Oh wait, you can just like sleep with a journalist to get a positive review on your game." And then there was Anita Sarkeesian, who was like she was like a games journalist who ran this thing called Feminist Frequency that was like supposed to be like a feminist take on video games and how there's a
Like
lot
I
of
said, grab this
misogynistic
closest
tropes in
motorcycle
games.
and we'll just
People
go
really didn't
to
like her videos. I thought DEI meant dicks entering intensely. I think that is But I'm gonna be honest, guys, I only came on the internet, like I was using the internet at that time, but in 2014, okay, I was born in 2002. I'm currently 22, okay? It's 2024 now, which means 10 years ago, I was 12 years old. I was not watching Gamergate. I did not know what it was. What I was watching when I was 12 years
No,
old.
you gotta
was a
go.
little
Yeah,
guy
we gotta go fill
called
up your
Captain
bag.
Sparkles in a little series called Minecraft Survival.
Yeah, what did
regarding
you think I
games.
meant when you said before we leave?
Smart about this and put on the chest plate that I just made myself.
No,
I don't
about
know
this.
why I didn't do that. And let's just rearrange the items in my hotbar really quickly. Go in with a sword and I'm gonna kill monsters everywhere. Yeah, with that skeleton.
This is what I was watching. Okay, I was watching this guy. I was watching Minecraft Hunger Games. Okay, that was a great series. He would play with Beijing Canadian and a number of other YouTube gamers. Okay, I enjoyed it quite a bit. The most hated woman in YouTube history. Hour-and-a-half long video. We've got some serious content. We're gonna learn about Gamergate today, boys and girls. We're gonna learn about it all. I've been planning to watch this video since it came out on stream because I know it's gonna be good.
I'm
I know we're
trying
gonna
to
get
look
some
for
information. And
other
hopefully
product. I
can
don't know.
Gamergate better, okay, as a new gen youngin Zoomer.
I don't want to go that far.
Caused the most havoc in internet history.
Hell
I
no.
would say one of the main contenders would be Feminist Frequency, a
That's why.
crowdfunded YouTube series that would bring video games to the forefront of the online culture war. Run by Anita Sarkeesian, this unassuming woman would go on to be one of the most controversial faces on the World Wide Web, with claims of collusion and theft.
Hold on. Feminist Frequency. Tom, down to 310 pounds, taking the gym pill. Base, good luck, man. Was in the thick of Gamergate, this will be interesting.
This is great.
I was not in the thick of it. I'm hoping it'll be interesting for new gens and old gens. Feminist frequency. Am I about to have a bad take? Hold on.
Even the...
Why is she kind of...
Who's a freaky ass?
I don't know.
What the
glasses? And the hair down? Come on. Why? Huh.
It's too
Feminist
high. I
queen?
can't fucking shoot it.
Raw. Talk to her. I think she's bad, bro. I think she might be bad. What the... She looks like you? We're cut from the same cloth. If she's Armenian, you know, we're...
I just want to see if I can kill anybody. You can't even kill the shooter.
Probably. Or Mexican, alternatively.
wild.
But especially Armenian. Turkish. I don't know, dude. I think we're gonna have to forgive him. I think this is a beautiful specimen. You see that Trump assassin is in the Beyond did? I did see that, yeah.
Still lingering on to this very day. But after over a decade, I
come on.
wanted to ask myself.
Alright, it's over now, no more.
If this vitriol was really justified, which led me down an extreme.
Maybe if she had real eyebrows. I think she does have real eyebrows. The thing is, this was during an era. There was this era of women, okay, when every woman was obsessed.
I don't even think I can pick
their
this
eyebrows
up.
down to be as thin as possible. This was like a stylish, fashionable thing. They would see how I have these nice, big, thick eyebrows that look like caterpillars. Okay, see this? Okay, there was this era where women, the stylish thing to do. I don't know who promoted this idea. I think it was a dark era.
This heist is bad if it can't fill your bag in the fucking
eyebrows and make
thing.
them as thin as possible. It's not really that. I feel like it's not as much of a thing anymore. I feel like now just having like normal eyebrows. I mean, they get them threaded, but having like more normal eyebrows is okay. But there was this thing. Where like I'm not wearing eyeliner. Off. If you ever see me in person, splash water on my face.
I wouldn't have been upset if you reset it, to be honest. My shit's been running quick. Usually, if I tabbed out of the game while I was loading in, it wouldn't.
Tweezing, yeah,
it would like send me into story mode. But lately, I've been able to tab out, like do whatever I need outside of it, and then pull it right back up. Let's just dip out. Fuck it.
Thousands of blue bottles, not a beauty residence.
It probably won't even be worth it anyway. I don't know what the full bag bonus is.
What I'm going to do. The daughter of Armenian immigrants, parents moved from Iraq to Canada in the 1970s. Her father worked as a computer engineer while her mother was an accountant. Anita was
It's your heist, bro.
Why are so many
I
of
still
the
don't
most,
understand.
like, influential people in like American pop internet culture? Why are so many of them Canadian? Like she's Canadian, Steven Crowder is Canadian, Lauren Southern is Canadian. There's even actors and like singers. It's like crazy. Drake is Canadian. Ryan Gosling is Canadian. Avril Lavigne is Canadian.
God damn it!
Like, for some,
I hate the
and
brush
they're usually
on
from
this.
Ontario too. Yeah, Mudahar's Canadian. Like, why are so
They
many
made
of
it as
them?
retarded as
Ryan
humanly
Reynolds is
possible.
Canadian. Justin Bieber's Canadian. Celine Dion. John Cena is not Canadian. I think he's from Massachusetts. Johnny Test is Canadian. Yeah, Asian Canadian's Canadian. True. I feel like there's just so many of them. William Shatner. He's not Canadian. No way. William Shatner. Crazy last name, by the way. He Canadian? No way. He's from Montreal. L. What the hell? Thousands of lubes were found. It's true. Look it up. No, but I believe you. Pestilence, hazing over, fire. Okay.
One and raised outside Toronto with her older sister. Well, people have since questioned her gaming background. What I can say for certain is that her family
still getting
owned
shot.
Jets, which she played at around the age of 5. When the original Game Boy released in 1989, she begged her parents to buy one. They argued it wasn't a toy for girls, as it was right there in the name.
It's in the name. It's not the Game Girl. It's the Game Boy. It's the Game Boy. That is kind of a crazy thing to say. When I was growing up, the girls who play video games were like, "Whoa, gamer girl? Girl who plays Mario Kart on the DS? Whoa, that's what I want." Okay, that's what I wanted. I wasn't into this anti-gamer culture. I was very progressive, even from a young age. Gamer girls, that's what we needed. Listening to you while I managed one of the busiest restaurants in El Paso. If Mama Max is still here, would definitely hire him as a dishwasher. How are you listening to me while managing? I'm impressed you can do that. Can you address a customer? Can you make sure the host says, "Happy Skibbity" to everybody who comes in? Can you make them say, "Happy Skibbity, how may I take your order? Happy Skibbity, come right this way to this table." Can you make them say that?
Even buying a Super Nintendo.
It's Mario Brothers, not Mario Sisters, yeah. Girls, get out.
A mill.
When she turned 10, Anita's home life was a blend of Armenian and
crazy.
Arabic culture. With her family still having loved ones in Iraq, she got a different view of the first Gulf War. But the differences went deeper.
At least I can help you sell
when
or
Anita
something.
first started school, she could barely speak English. That got her bullied to the point that she never spoke Armenian again. Eventually,
God damn, dude, what I would give to
through middle school.
date Ariana
She tried to
Grande.
live up to her parents' expectations, but changed in high school.
I watched Victorious and all that shit when I was younger, and it's just so, it's amazing to me that in the show, Victoria Justice was the singer, you know, like she was the one that was coming up and like getting noticed about how good at singing she was. And then IRL, here is Ariana that is literally living that dream.
Like, oh, someone's punching you. Cover your head and wait till it's over. And then they just got really bored.
No, they don't. Ariana is on a different level of levels. Set your targeting off and kill me for this bounty.
She's listening to Nirvana. All right.
You know what I'm talking about, the CEO stuff.
Okay, but Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
She's listening to The Dope Show. At The Dope Show. At The Dope Show.
You're the only one that I won't go after killing me.
The Dope Show. Sounds, you know,
like I told you, it's not about the KD.
She's edgy.
When she turned 15,
Good dog,
her
indeed.
family moved to Orange County, California. It disrupted her entire social life, but she found her crowd at a place they called Hippie.
Oh.
Base, what do you mean? I feel like
Fair
I'm just, I feel like.
But no, I
feel
probably
like
could have just
I
left
should
it.
like Nirvana more. I feel like I just heard Nirvana too much. Like, when I was like 14 years old, there were
Again,
three
you're the
bands I
only one
listened
I'm not
to.
going to
It
come
was
after
Green
because
Day,
everybody else that
Nirvana,
kills me
and
is dead.
Weezer I can still listen to. Green Day I can still listen to sometimes. For some reason, I've just heard too much Nirvana. Like when Smell
I feel like there was something else I got with all that money. I knew I should have saved it.
You know, the only Nirvana song I've listened to in the past.
I was just like, I'm gonna hope back on I get lucky again.
I can't stomach it for some reason. I don't know. The songs are well done.
You're good. I'm looking for a car.
I just heard it too much.
Actually, I almost stole this car.
What's your favorite Weezer song? Probably the good one.
Fucking bitch. Even after death, she hit me.
And started abusing drugs, even shaving her head. I was very ragey. I liked anything that was angry. I didn't like anything that was normal.
She walks into school, she's like, they don't want me to speak
What?
English. She's like, they don't want me to speak Armenian, they want me to speak English. People equal shit.
But, like I said, every other lobby that's a thing. At least the ones that I get in.
Despite this, she left after a few years, finding that the group was destructive in nature.
Is this a fucking... Oh, this is an invite only.
Got access to the internet. Her father taught her how to build PCs, and she was hooked. I had my own in my bedroom. I was building Courtney Love fan pages on GeoCities. I was learning how to code. By the time she graduated, her immigrant parents' aspirations for her had evaporated. Sarkeesian left home, couch surfing between jobs in several colleges. By 2003, she worked at a hotel and did freelance web design on the side. That year, she enrolled at Santa Monica College, which would end up being a major catalyst in her life. The school was a hotbed for radical ideas and activism.
She has kind of like a classic millennial story. Like comes from conservative country upbringing, you know, obviously, you know, Armenia, Iraq, places like that. They had, you know, they have relatively conservative cultures, especially compared to the United States and Canada, you know, when she was moving there. So she comes from a conservative upbringing. She comes to the U.S. She gets bullied for her ethnicity and her not speaking English. So she gets traumatized by it, starts listening to edgy music, and then moves into like left-leaning / liberal. I don't really know where specific politics are, but like activism, right?
What do you
kind
mean?
It's kind of a classic millennial story. Goes to you know, very left-leaning college, goes down the rabbit hole a little bit more, reads Marx, the libtard.
I don't think so. I have it tied to the Xbox, I'm pretty sure.
She participated in protests, which encouraged her to dig into political theory. It was a class of
has a new perspective.
I
on
usually
9/11.
go through
He
that
talks about
closer
how, you know, it's
railings,
America's
but I
fault
found
for
it's more
messing around
fun
the
to
Middle East
just
in the 80s
hop
and
over
90s. Shirtless Tom stream when Pop
that
is in.
opening.
I will not be doing a shirtless Tom stream. No way.
cultural communication that taught her public speaking and audience analysis. She helped organize on issues like climate change and alternatives to capitalism.
That is weird, isn't it? The freaking Hydra looks like a regular jet, and then this thing
That makes, you know, it's just adding up. It's like,
on the map literally
this
looks
is
like a
stereotype.
Hydra.
It's like a kind of person you would see, especially on the internet like 10 years ago.
Dude,
You would see
it's
this kind of
cheese
person.
cash.
And then they started permeating our culture.
Receiving her bachelor's in 2007, this is when she took interest in performance as a mode of activism. She moved to New York to publicize the work of political activists. That entailed photography.
Unless
and giving them media training.
I don't know, like what the benefit of
like,
that
ironically, this
would
is
be.
kind of like it's kind of a parallel to what happened with Mia Khalifa, where Mia Khalifa comes from like a conservative. She comes from a conservative upbringing, you know, somewhat at least. You know,
What,
culturally
flying
conservative
upside down?
family from the Middle East and you know that region. She comes to the United States.
Yeah.
It
feels faster just because like
you're,
you're
you know,
the
it's like the midway point between
map's
Europe and the
not
Middle East.
under
Comes
you.
from like a Middle Eastern kind of conservative background, decides to rebel against it. But Anita did it through left-wing activism, and Mia did it through sucking penis on video. But there's parallels to these things, you know?
It's worth mentioning that the labels she'd place upon herself were different in this era. I was one of those feminists who was like, I believe in equal rights, but I'm
there's
not
a spray
feminist.
can.
But she, quote, fell in the wrong crowd and delved into social justice.
Have you done that yet?
I sort of joke about how it was the most liberating thing that ever happened to me, and also the most frustrating for everyone around me. Because like when you start learning about systems, everything is sexist, everything is racist, everything is homophobic, and you have to point it all out.
It should
to
spawn
everyone
like
all
how the
time.
sparrow
So there's
spawns.
a good year of my life.
This is a crazy looking panel of people. This is like the insufferable Armageddon. This is like the whoa. This is like the whoa, the whoa moment. You gotta hit the whip and nay when you see that, and then skibbity the f out of there. In my opinion, in my humble and base opinion, they have the look. They do have the look. I mean, she doesn't, you know, necessarily, but the other two,
What?
especially, you know, I mean, literally, like the pink hair meme. You know, the pink
Yeah,
short
no,
hair
I-
meme.
you should have
is a
invited
look.
me
Wine Mom's
if
panel.
there's
It's not
multiple
exactly wine
things.
mom. It's like feminist mother. I don't.
If
know.
I could
There's some
find
kind of
this
other thing.
fucking
It's like
cash.
older feminist activists who has an
Dude,
interest
I'm just
in
brain dead when it comes
video
to
game
shit, I
culture
swear.
for some reason. It's that kind of thing. Tumblr mom, yeah, a Tumblr mom. Sure, that's a good way to put it. It's not wine mom. Wine moms wear Lululemon. Okay, put respect on their name.
There's a good year of my life where it was just I was the most obnoxious person to be around.
Shortly after, Anita won a scholarship to the prestigious York
That's why I was
University
saying,
in
like, if there's
Toronto.
multiple
This
things.
was the first time her work focused on feminism. It was also at grad school
I
that
found the
she
statue
crafted
guy,
up a
like the
little
painted
idea that
dude.
would later be
You know what I'm talking
known
about?
as feminist frequency. The earliest snapshot of Anita's Twitter account shows
About to
it was
double barrel
created
him.
in November of 2008. It was used to promote a site designed for CUPE
Yes,
3903.
It's literally called. It's called Coop. It's called Cope.
Campus's largest trade union. When she had only 11 followers, one of those
God damn it,
was a
bro.
man
Why can I
named
not find this
Jonathan
shit?
McIntosh. McIntosh was a well-regarded artist for his social justice activism. It's unclear how he and Anita met, although she was a fan of his self-made video remixes. The first post on her newly formed blog, Feminist Frequency, acknowledges he designed the site's graphics. The Feminist Frequency YouTube channel was created on February 14th, 2009. Her stated goal was to explore media from a fangirl perspective. These early videos were simple, with her talking mostly unscripted and editing them down in post. The first went live in May, with 4 more by the end of the year. Her subjects included Twilight,
Yeah, I'm gonna do
True
that.
Blood, and Veronica Mars.
I'm still looking for
The
this
last
motherfucking
was
cash.
The Bechdel test.
The Bechdel test for women in movies. This is the test of, does the movie include a woman whose motivations are not because of a man, right? The Feminist Frequency channel.
Even the
first video, Dollhouse renewed. Why not Terminator? Sarah Connor Chronicles. Why we need you, Veronica Mars. This is so of its time. 2009.
It only had a short run of 3 seasons, and only 2 of which were actually watchable. The 3rd season has sort of been written off as a fluke. There's a lot of problems with it. But
Comments turned off.
Probably
I'll say
because
that for
there's
another
multiple
video.
vehicles,
That said,
huh?
you should go out immediately and BitTorrent, pirate, rent, buy, whatever you have to do to watch Veronica Mars, because it will totally be worth it. It's a show about a teenage detective. She actually.
So why do we need her? Racism.
The show is, of course, not without its faults. It has some problematic portrayals of racism
What the
and classism.
fuck, dude? Where
but
the shit?
It does actually acknowledge those things and talks about them throughout the show. This
Yeah.
is in comparison to most mainstream television shows that don't even really acknowledge that racism or classism exists.
I've literally
I think
ran
that
around this
even
whole circuit,
though
like the entire thing.
It talks about it in a sort of problematic way. Just
Yeah,
having
that's what I do
on
first.
Our television screens, I think, is a step towards making our TV programs more anti-racist.
Thank God. Thank God for that. Why we need you, Veronica Mars. Oh, she's still posting to this day. Interestingly enough. What is her most popular video? Oh, it's this video. This video was so hated when it came out. This video was so absolutely hated and railed on. Comments are turned off once again. I think part of why people didn't like this, if I had to guess, is like the dishonest messaging also mixed with like this very like BuzzFeed mainstream kind of aesthetic to it, where it looks like a real like almost like TV thing that's like funded by somewhere. And I don't think it was. It was probably just her doing it, if I had to guess.
What is it?
It kind of has this like aesthetic of establishment mainstream media.
From the opportunity of being the architects of their own
Oh.
state, and therefore prevents them from
Yeah,
becoming archetypal
I've gotten
for
those,
themselves.
yeah.
Today, many old school damsel games are being resurrected for modern platform services and mobile devices, as publishers are in a rush to cash in on gaming nostalgia and capitalize
That's
on any
crazy.
recognizable characters from years gone by. For example,
Never
Sega's
finished the.
1993 platformer
I probably
Sonic
wouldn't have
2
either if
featuring
I
a damsel
started
named
playing
Rose
this when
has been
online was
enhanced and
out.
made available for download on a wide variety of modern platforms. Jordan Mechner's famous Karateka and Prince of Persia.
Peach.
Although Donkey Kong is perhaps the most famous early arcade
Instead of
game
what?
to feature the damsel in distress, it wasn't the first time the emotional was stroked. 2 years earlier, he had a hand in designing a 1979 arcade game called Sheriff. In it, a vague female-shaped collection of
I
pixels,
saved 'em.
referred to as the
They really don't like this idea of like a man having to save a woman in some righteous journey.
But
They
then
really
come
don't
to
like
find
that
out, there's no
concept.
wonder
I don't really
the
understand why
voice
it's
actor
so-
doesn't,
in
or
particular
like
that's so
the actor
offensive. I guess
doesn't
I
like
understand this idea that, like,
how
women
it
need
turned
to have
out is
decency
because his
stories.
character.
But I think it's okay
like
to
the
have
right way to do it
is
is he dies.
Like I don't think that's an inherently bad thing. It's kind of heroic.
It's kind of sad.
If anything, the idea of saving a woman from certain doom at the hands of an evil man, you know, sometimes it's got to happen.
A measure of the representation of women.
The comment says a lot. Well, the comments being turned off says a lot for sure.
In fiction. While the term was broadly understood in academia, she held a wider audience. This video was so big, it was even shared by Roger Ebert and received 20,000 views. Pretty decent accomplishment
Fucking
at the time.
cops.
And this was at its core the intent of her series. Taking these concepts
I
and making
killed
them
2
mainstream.
statue men.
I think that popular culture is a common language that we all speak. The poet Muriel Reichsire wrote that the universe is made up of stories, not of atoms, and I really like that quote because I feel like pop culture is one of the ways that we learn about ourselves and the world around us.
In March of 2010, Anita was invited back to Santa Monica College for a lecture. This will come up again later.
Oh,
but
this
for
is
now, it's
luggage.
Melanie Klein. Ethan
No,
Klein,
no,
Melanie?
it's
for spawning her first video about
flag
gaming.
holder, or
As part of her
umbrella
presentation,
holder.
She created an edit in the style of Jonathan
Dick's video games? What the hell?
Tosh's work. Her next two uploads.
Wait, is it just there's too many male protagonists? So she made like an epic EDM dance song for people to shuck and jive to? That's funny.
Were for Bitch Media's blog, Mad World.
In retrospect, she was the first one to call Boogie 2988 a fat ahead of her time. True. I love
Yeah.
how she used those words, but you know, she was right with that. You know, she hit the nail on the head.
One video proved controversial for criticizing the game Bayonetta. Anita dismissed the franchise
Especially because the
as
fucking
adolescent
helicopter,
fantasy,
the Hunter,
overly
it has fucking
sexualized
bombs.
and
Like what?
First, the positive things about the game. She's a single
The
mother,
fucking
and,
real F-32 can hold bombs.
That's kind of it.
Her video primarily centered around
Talking
the
about the
game's
plane that
advertising
it's
campaign,
modeled after.
which had a billboard that invited passerbys to strip off
F-35,
flyers
not
until the main
F-32. Jesus.
character was nude.
Bayonetta is like a gooner game, right? I mean, I know there's like combat in it, but isn't Bayonetta a gooner game? That's always been my understanding of it. Whenever I saw it, I was just like, naked girl or whatever, hot, sexy girl. Why did I look up gooner? I almost looked up gooner game on YouTube.
Referred
Yeah, like,
to as the beauty.
look at all the pictures. Yeah, this is like a gooner game. It's too ridiculous to be goonable. Bro, you say that, people will goon to anything. What the? Yeah, I literally said gooner game. Look, her clothes are coming off. This is a gooner game. This is undoubtedly gooner, okay? You can't deny it. This is some gooner thing going on. I'm sure it's a fun game. I'm sure there's good stuff about it. This is a gooner game. What does gooner game mean? It means people goon to it. They goon tactically.
Anita argued it encouraged sexual harassment. The video was bombarded with dislikes until being set to private.
That makes
It was
sense.
her first significant
Should be more than that.
I kind of doubt that. It's a video game. I don't think that the video game is encouraging harassment.
of a backlash, with the comments changed to require manual approval.
What's the other gooner game that came out recently? I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name of it, but there was some like Japanese anime girl gooner game where I think people were mad about
Bro,
the
I'm
fact
still
that, like,
looking
there
for
was
this
less
fucking
breast
bullshit.
tissue being revealed, and I mean, on one hand, I understand it's like, oh, the game's being marketed as, you know, pro-gooning, and then it ends up being slightly less pro-gooning, but like, oh, Stellar Blade, yeah, that game, that's it. I saw these guys, like, on Twitter, like, they showed less boobs, and I was just like, I don't know. I don't particularly care. Thank you very much for the dono, Megan Picard. Tom's the official YouTuber of the Teamsters Union. Jimmy Hoffa. Maybe Jimmy Hoffa is still alive.
If it
out with Jeffrey Epstein right now.
Talking about when it actually released and it released in this state.
Literally destroying the bug catchers. Okay.
PC would have been broken. I'll just tell you that right now.
Master's degree with a thesis
I mean,
called
it already was broken, and I mean, I just started playing this shit last year. And this shit is way more broken than anything on console. Like, they actually give a shit on console, and they shut all that shit down. It's crazy to me that some players actually have modded vehicles and shit on there.
Series that probably
still,
if I had to guess,
like, obviously not the speed or any of that, but like the wheels on it.
Sigourney Weaver, Ripley.
You know what I'm talking about? Those fucking modded, fake ass looking wheels.
I mean, not all of them, but I still haven't seen the latest 3. I haven't seen Prometheus, Alien Covenant, or Alien Romulus. But I watched the first 4 not that long ago. The first 2 Alien movies are so good. They're so good.
Yeah.
They're so good. She's the only woman, though. Well, yeah, but most of the men in those movies are... Not all of them, but a lot of them are. But those movies are so good, bro. Alien and Aliens are so good. Alien 3, I kind of still like. We're getting off topic here a little bit. Alien 3, I still like. I think the worst part about it is the CGI. There are problems with the plot, obviously. You know, it is not, you know, as well done as it could have been, for sure. I know there was rush production, but it's a very pretty looking movie because it's a Fincher movie. So it looks really nice. The composition.
And I just found really it's literally sitting at the very fucking edge.
It looks like complete shit.
Behind a goddamn cone.
Like the suit with the practical effects look really nice, but the CGI they use for like when the alien is running around through the hallways, it looks so bad. It looks so bad. In Alien 3, she bangs a guy, so it's a failed test. Does it fail? I don't think it fails a test if she bangs a guy. Does it fail the test if she has sex? I know she bangs him, but the plot isn't about like the main story of the plot isn't about her banging him.
Me
That's
too.
Just like kind of a side plot. I haven't seen Prometheus. I don't know that much on that movie. If a woman has sex, does it not pass the Bechdel test? What's the point of the test? Well, I thought the point of the test was that the woman's like general motivations in the movie have to not entirely revolve around men. Does it not pass if they have sex with a man? Is that the problem? Seems like kind of a test if that's the case. What is the Bechdel test? Like, what is it specifically? Bechdel test. The test.
I don't know. I don't know when it switched.
2 female characters who have a conversation about something other than a man. Of course, that's the creator of the Bechdel test. Well, don't none of them pass then? Because there's not... Are there 2 female characters in any of the Alien movies? I think she's the only woman in like all of them. At least in the first...
So you live in the UK?
The first 3, is there even one other female character? I guess in the third one there is... the second one there's Newt, who is a female, and she probably passes the Bechdel test for that reason. It's not about a man. They have conversations that aren't part of a man, but... So is 2 the only one that passes then? Are you registered to commit voter fraud? Of course. Newt's a child? Well, it's still a female. Does it have to be an adult woman? But what is a woman? Thank you for your commentary. Queen Alien? Yeah, true. She counts.
Trying to kill his fat bitch with a...
When is Veronica Cartwright? Oh, yeah. Okay. This
there we go. Open atomizer.
Alien 1 has Screaming Woman. I don't know if it passes. Okay. Thanks for the 2.
And as she completed her studies, her YouTube channel became more active. While it garnered an audience, she didn't see much growth until a new series called Tropes vs. Women. Throughout 2011, Anita examined plot devices she felt perpetuated offensive stereotypes. This included the Manic Pixie Dream Girl, women in refrigerators.
Bro, the Manic Pixie Dream Girl has to stop. I agree with her on that one, not out of any sense of principle, but she's got to stop. Enough of the Manic Pixie Dream Girl. They suck! They blow. Get the fuck away from them. What if it's 2 women talking about a man transitioning into a woman? I think they'll melt their brains. Maybe it would.
And the Smurfette principle. Her videos about the demon seductress and the mystical pregnancy both hit 30,000 views within months. But easily the most popular was episode 6.
I wonder what the audience perception was around this stuff before Gamergate. Like, were they viewed positively? I would really like to know that. I assume it's hard to do, right? We don't know how many archives exist from back then. Even at that point, I mean, the comments are all turned off now. I don't know how long they've been turned off.
I would say that if there wasn't an IRL plane.
I'll do it.
The straw this criticized what she felt were over-the-top villainous portrayals of feminists in media.
And real.
They were used
realistically, the F-35 is modeled after, I forget what the actual Hydra is called, IRL, but it's modeled after that one.
From the man, the myth, the legend, TJ Kirk, aka
Yeah, you know, Harrier.
His video titled "Everybody's a Crybaby."
Yeah, it was called a Harrier
Funniest thing about
jet.
TJ Kirk
Harrier
to this day,
jump
I'm
jet.
sure this is like something that's been brought up millions of times. Anytime anyone
Russia
mentions
came
him,
out with it
dude, the
first,
Amazing ATS back in the day, some video
and then
came
we
out.
got our
I think
hands
he
on one
posted
somehow
himself
or
to
another.
Pornhub, and then someone found it. It's a video of him like putting a banana up his ass and dropping like it's either wax or oil. He drips all over his dick. I've never seen the video.
The biggest
personally,
difference
but I know it
was
exists, and that is the greatest thing he's ever done.
Harrier, just like in the Hydra, you can tell those vents that fold. Those are actual. Those are real. Like on the plane, those are real. Like those move. But that took power from the engine and like diverted compressed air to shove through those vents. And then this thing, you can obviously tell instead of that, the jet engine runs a whole nother fan or two fans in the front.
Did he give her yellow teeth? Did he yellow her teeth in this picture? There's no way her teeth are that yellow. Did he give her SpongeBob tear yellow teeth in this image? I think he did. He gave her yellow. He gave her yellow tooth. That's crazy.
She runs a YouTube channel called Feminist Frequency.
This guy was so big back in the day. He was like, I feel like he was paving the way for like YouTube commentary response videos. People like him and like Repsion, they just sit in front of their camera and play a video for a couple seconds. Just like the men. I'm not saying they were the first ones to ever do video responses, but he was pretty big. Ironically, the Bechdel test is based on a comic about two women who talk about the theory, but the point is to enjoy your time.
I still don't like. A modder gave me all the like even the stun stick. You know what I'm talking about? But I still don't know how to get the railgun on Xbox. It's not at the. It's not at the gunsmith, and it's not at the.
It was a little bit before my time, because I really started getting into YouTube as like a community thing in like 2015, 16 and onward. And I think he was around then, but I think his heyday, his real peak was like 2012 to 2014. That's my understanding.
Sexist.
It has it on here.
So important because Kurt was the first of many to start portraying her as claiming media was corrupted.
Yeah.
Framing the media akin to
But no, in the
video
gun
games
vein,
caused
it
violence
usually
in
always
the
has
90s
it.
and 2000s. The thing is, this actually wasn't the premise of any of her videos at the time, as her argument is that it reflects harmful views on our society, not that it causes them.
I think it's important to critically engage with video games and comic books and movies and TV shows because it's a reflection of our society.
Whatever the case, it was the first time another creator picked on her show.
It's probably true. I think it can be good to do critical media analysis and try to understand how our own values and norms and thoughts are reflected in media. I think that's interesting.
With many TJ fans,
I remember H3 covering this. Did he cover Anita Sarkeesian? That's a far cry from what he's up to now. Wasn't his peak when he exposed Milo? Did he expose Milo? I don't remember that. TJ Kirk, Milo. Wait, did he go on Joe Rogan? I didn't know he went on Joe Rogan. Tom takes what only takes it makes sense. Sometimes Aswin Gold, but Tom's only gets my hard-earned money. Thanks for the 10. I'm definitely not like I don't want to be seen as like the guy with good takes. I don't want to be seen as that. I'll definitely have bad takes. I'm just as prone to being as any other person. I didn't know he went on Joe Rogan.
Hello, bitches. So, your podcast, was the big podcast that.
Oh, it was because I forgot this. Milo went on Drunken Peasants, and that's where he talked about. He kind of tacitly defended relationships in the gay community between older men and younger boys. Okay, I remember this now.
It was kind of a combination of mine and yours.
And I remember it was yours. It was me watching him on your show that led us to ask about that, because I saw him on your show and he was like God at the time. Because I remember at the time he was on.
I forgot he was part of that. Interesting. Oh wow, this episode of Drunken Peasants has 600k views. It's probably the most viewed one ever, right? Wait, why is it not on the channel? Oh, is it streamed 8 years ago? It's under the live tab. Yeah, it is. It is the most popular one that they did. Interesting. I think I went on Drunken Peasants once with this weirdo named Cult of Dusty. Drunken Peasants. I went on twice. Yeah, this is it. How
you know
old
how
was
you
I
play
then?
Rocket League and like you can fly and shit?
October 2018. I think I had just turned 16 when I went on this podcast. I think I remember people not liking
basically the same mechanics.
I think he said some weird shit. He said something about like housewives. He said something
the
about like
bumpers do the
housewives
rudder
and like black men.
It was a real movement at one time.
And obviously, you know what the triggers do. They just do fucking
Now we're worried
gas.
about SJW cucks, like we're gonna have our wife, somebody in front of us every day. I don't think that's a worry. It's a fear tactic.
That's a problem. That makes
I don't even know. I couldn't tell you any of those.
That shit's hot as shit. Dude,
You could be right.
Off, some big black guy's railing his girlfriend.
Dude, I remember this way too vividly. Holy shit.
It's hot, man.
Is it hot? Like I always, cause I have an attention problem, so I'm always looking at the guy jerking off.
There's
into it.
pitch, yaw, and roll, isn't there?
Corner and jerk off. Then I just like
I swear I was like mean to him here. People didn't like that.
watching and when a guy's in the background
Where
jacking
the
off,
fuck
I find
is this
myself
code,
looking at him
bro?
too
I'm
often.
just
I have a
struggling.
serious problem with attention. Like I remember I was jacking off. I was a teenager.
Did they forget you were 16? I mean, I don't really care. I don't think that's. I was not.
I don't
traumatized.
hideout. Is that
Jacking
what
off,
this
my
is
friend was
called?
sleeping on the couch behind me, and I was like looking at the screen. I was jacking off, and I was looking back to check on him.
No, I really-
to see if he didn't wake
they have
up
a
because I
different-
wanted him to wake up to me
24, 10,
jacking off.
81.
And I realized because I was so like
Thanks for the dono,
my
Mom.
attention was so fucked up. I couldn't focus. I was looking at him more than I was looking at the porn. I'm just sitting there staring at my friend sleeping.
That's what you're supposed to look like. They're
See, I've been-
beautiful. Just slapping back and forth.
Turkey Tom, you're too young to talk about cuck. So we'll move back into this Amazon patriotism.
No, he's not. He's probably watched more than all of us. No doubt.
No comment.
no comment.
I worked in porn for like 20 years.
I said no comment. That's crazy. I swear people were mad at me or something for this podcast on their subreddit. I can't remember it. I want to find this now. Reddit, Turkey Tom, Cult of Dusty. I want to find this. I need to go on the... Is there a Drunken Peasants subreddit? I found it. I can't believe I remember this post. Turkey Tom stuff. Kid comes on, has some terrible jokes and insults Dusty, then leaves so early into the show. Brought nothing to the table. What did I say to Dusty? I want to know what I said. I want to say I called him a cuck. Willie Maxwell's in chat saying, my wife, cuck of Dusty. I swear I insulted him at some point, but I don't remember what the fuck I said.
All right, now I'm good.
I wish I had someone to
invite
just go through this for me and find all the timestamps. I think
I gotta leave
I
that
think I had to get
area.
off early because my mom was waking up to go to bed. I don't want to say anything. What the f did I say about him? What did I say about him? Redditor mogged you, you're coping. True. You need to watch the Gamergate Law and Order SVU episode. It has Logan Paul kidnapping a female game developer. His games are from bros. Dude,
I need to ask a favor
Logan Paul,
too.
Law and Order. I remember
once we get
just
this
the scene
done.
of him with the gun and the thing was funny. Yeah, Logan Paul gets killed by ice.
I just need to do 2 more days of placing first.
He's like a racist gamer.
Okay. I've never done that one, and I've never once gotten a fucking LS car. Before you start this, do you want to go spin the wheel?
Is that Anita Sarkeesian? That's supposed to be her?
There were 2 of them. They were just the total FALs.
Fusil automatic leisure,
I keep
which
the gas
translates to
going.
light automatic rifle.
It's just another carbon copy FPS with new skins but the same 10-year-old engine.
Exactly.
Same 10-year-old engine.
The same. All right, you need to think really carefully about what you're doing.
A little bit. It's for like half a second. Do you want to do this blue thing in the middle of town?
What did he actually? What did he say?
Do you want to grab that?
Law and Order gamer girls. I want to.
Wait, do you see it on the map? It's over here by LS.
Waiting you to run by and shoot you in the back. They are pieces of crap. It's a little kid.
And then there's a dealer right next to it.
Was Logan Paul even a thing 9 years ago? I feel like he was. I think at this.
It's not true because people have stolen it from me
He
before.
was on TV. I swear. Yeah, here we go.
I feel much
Yeah, just fly over here.
Gamer girl! Can't record no killing me! I feel much better now. I took a little 10-minute break and I just, unwound a little bit and I feel much more relaxed.
Is it?
It's ridiculous.
I don't think it is. I think it's the drug thing.
A crime? Being a crime, Logan Paul says.
Yeah. Just landed and then put the landing gear down and switch the flight. I'm trying to park it. Oh yeah, I knew it fit. Let's fucking go.
Gaming or whatever it is you do with that controller finally
That's
paid off.
sick.
Whatever you do with that controller. Whatever you do with that
Whatever it is, it should give it to you.
Women in gaming. Women in
Since I'm in
gaming.
your thing.
What did I expect? This is so corny.
Shit, that's brutal. Women out there who think about playing video games, caution.
You can go ahead and spin the wheel if you want to.
Chance. I mean, not 100%.
No, go ahead, because I think
probably 50-50.
We'll go ahead and do the jobs that you need to do, because I want to try to keep winning, like keep trying to spin the wheel.
It's not 100% okay. We're not.
I'm trying to like
it's gonna happen. But all we're
get
saying
a
is that,
system going
yeah, it's
for
probably
if I
gonna
don't
happen.
win the
Women
car,
games,
I should just
what
be
did I
able to
expect? I brought this.
He was so much better.
quit
back
the
then.
game.
When I went into gaming, I thought, yeah, you know what, I'm probably gonna get.
Yeah, so
I can't
go
be
ahead,
too
spin
upset
it.
about it, but
It should still be the Nero, isn't it?
Different era, bro. All right, back to the topic at hand.
Hate selling your channel.
I didn't
It's
get the
actually
Nero.
crazy to think about now, but in the early days of YouTube,
On
there was a normal
Xbox.
practice for groups to subscribe
Yeah,
to
fuck, right.
I deserved it.
two channels at max. Just so they
I've
get
been
a
more
reminder
fortunate on
their
this
feed
account
to
though.
dislike
I
the
was
most
looking at my
recent video.
stats the other day,
OG form of ratioing, if you
or
will.
I think it was yesterday.
It was an
Actually, you
early
may have
sign
seen
of
it.
the eventual
I've already made
feud
400
between
million
atheists
on
and
this,
feminists. A month later, her channel surpassed 10,000
and I've played for
subscribers.
less than a
In
year.
addition to her output, she moved to San Francisco
Yeah,
to lead
you've
several
disbanded.
creative workshops. She also spoke at the Women Action and the Media Conference in LA. The activist was building notoriety, which only grew as
I
she
don't even
covered
give a
broader
fuck about that, bro. If they
In
get
early
raided, I
2012, she released two
fucking
videos
quit. Like,
criticizing
I'll
Lego
leave
for its
the
gender
lobby.
marketing. Strangely, this is the time period that Anita and Macintosh
Oh my god, it
claimed that they
canceled
both met
it.
each other. This is
I can't
weird
even
because
take
we
this
have
over here
archives
now
showing
because you
that they
canceled the
definitively were
CEO.
This was supposed to be good, Ethan. I mean, you have to give some apology.
Yeah, it doesn't
to
even
the
show it
whole
on my
videos.
map
I mean,
anymore.
They
God
are
damn it.
literally like 10 years old, right? It's a different time.
You would have gotten the
YouTube's
money
changed a
too,
lot since
dummy.
then. For the time they were released, yes, those were very good videos. I don't want to hear any historical revisionism. Old H3 was very good. And obviously, you know, even with some of like Filthy Frank's old stuff, like some of it hasn't held
I
up the
forget
best,
which one
you know,
is
in
that.
retrospect, but you know, especially for the time, it was very good. You have to give some
It's a-
level of like.
It's actually a
forgiveness
pretty
for something
quick
being
car,
somewhat
but it's
cringe
still
when it was
not
released
like
in a
anywhere
certain
near
time
top
period,
speed
you know?
of
'Cause there was just
anything
different
else.
standards and different kinds
Yeah.
of humor around. I mean, think about the shit that I find funny. You know, it's infinitely more than that, and there's no point to it. It's like a joke blur, you know.
talking to each other 5 years prior. Regardless of this
You know what I
discrepancy,
noticed
here
about the
Macintosh would say about Anita, she's very personable and
invite me back
friendly
to your
on
thing,
screen
but
and
the
off.
Strike
She puts
Force
everybody
at the tail,
and
if
that
you don't
comes
put
through
anything on
camera.
it, like if you
Both
don't put a
videos,
livery or
as well as
anything,
her next about the Oscars,
it says
got
Bert,
hundreds of
like
thousands of
BRRT,
views. By May, her
and then I
channel
put
boasted
the
over
pink
2.5
bunny one
million views
on,
and 20,000 subs.
and
This
guess
is
what it
also
says at the
when
back
she
of the
was
plane on
invited
both
to speak at
sides.
Humber College. While it's difficult to verify
BNY.
due to lack of archives, this is when her channel
Fucking
apparently
bunny.
caught the attention of 4chan.
And the more popular I get, the
The
more
best
I get.
part
Like
about this
4chan
livery
has
though
found
is
me,
the fucking
and
peace
they're
sign
atrocious.
right in the middle of the
and they
Gatling
purposely,
gun.
Like they subscribe to my videos so that they know when one comes out, so that they can attack me.
Anita mentions
It's kinda
a
fucked up.
research study about the harassment women face on YouTube. This lecture was filmed in March of 2012. With her idea
You
laying
can
the
for sure.
foundation
I've been
for a new
sniped across the
project,
map
one
before.
that would launch her to
Like
the
I'm not even
mainstream
shitting you.
and
Earlier
break
today, I got
women's
sniped across the map
While
in a
Anita
helicopter.
already planned to discuss gaming, it didn't
I thought that too,
materialize
but so
into a
long as you
bigger
can see them, you can
concept
hit
until
them.
her videos about
And with
Lego.
the scope,
They
you
caught the
can
attention of
damn
Bungie,
near see
the
them
developers
everywhere,
below.
unless you
The
know
company
they're
invited her
in
to
the
give a
drain
talk
or
at their
something.
Seattle office.
Oh no!
All right, what are we doing?
First time at a corporate space.
This is the Bungie eras too.
What, do I
2012,
come
Bungie
over
was
there?
Still around. So it wasn't because
Okay.
the 343 Halo games they started in
Don't
what,
start it.
2014? Is that when Halo 4 came out?
Don't start it
Or was
till I get over
2011?
here.
2012, November 2012. So this
My
is
bad,
March
it's a
13th,
little bit
2012.
slower. I thought we
So
were
I guess
doing,
Bungie publicly
like
maybe
a-
was still the like
had to
Halo
destroy
guys, but
shit
I don't think
mission.
they had released. I don't think they released any Halo games.
This thing
past
has
this point in
bombs.
time, so it was
This
kind of
thing
in
is
that
hella
transitionary
smaller
period
than
when
what
343 was coming up.
the
I feel like Halo 4
Raiju
not bad
is,
of a
and
game.
it has
It's like fine.
bombs.
It's not, you know, it's not what it used to be, I guess, but I still like Halo 4. It's alright. It's got its moments. I didn't play any past that though. That's the last one I played.
Space about games. So
Yeah,
she
it's
had
some
to
like
do
900
research with
rounds per
Macintosh.
second.
Anita ended up playing many titles she didn't really like and would
Yeah, I'm
never
right
have
outside.
played
I just gotta
otherwise.
land.
That was reflected on
But you can
Twitter,
go ahead and
where
start
they
it. I'm
live
right
tweeted,
here.
I'm in serious video game research mode. Sadly, gotta say many many of these games aren't very friendly to women.
Dude, that tweet, I feel like I've seen that tweet like thousands of times. Sadly, these games aren't very friendly to women.
researching the history of female protagonists in video games for feminist frequency.
It's making me depressed for humanity. Really? Depressed for humanity? Jesus Christ.
It's honestly
I feel like it's not that serious.
Making me depressed.
There has
for
to be a
humanity.
better way to
She
do
visited
this.
Bungie on March 13th, and now holding a baseline understanding on the subject.
I don't think you can pick them up. I've tried it before.
Explore gaming further. It was also at this time that the concept of crowdfunding projects hit the mainstream. So I had this format that I liked with tropes.
We need to get off this dirt road ASAP. These things are slow as shit in general, but even slower on dirt.
If I'm going to do it, I might as well try to get paid a little bit. And
Halo 3 is the best. Reach is the best multiplayer. Halo 3, I think, probably is the best Halo game.
Yeah, I took the long way
it's
for
it's
whatever
so good.
reason.
I just wish it was longer. Like, it's pretty short. I think the campaign for Halo 3 is like, I don't even know if it's longer than like 12 hours, which I guess is like not that short for, you know, a game. But I guess I wish there was like 30 hours of Halo 3 campaign. I just wish there was more because it was so good. How long is the Halo 3 campaign? 22 and a half hours? Oh, I guess I was wrong. I was quite a bit wrong. I guess it's so well done that it feels pretty short.
If only we had
Just
one more other
constantly
person.
moving through it. Good ass game though. Good game. Halo Reach, I think that game got a lot of hate when it came out. I like Halo Reach a lot. I think Halo Reach might have been the first
Very
one
rarely.
that I owned. Maybe it was Halo 4, but Halo Reach I really like. I really like that game. I remember like tearing up as the Spartans started
I didn't
dying.
even know that.
Spoiler alert, they all die. But like when Carter died, when Kat died, who was the only one that made it out? Was it Emil? Was he the one that made it out?
Still
Or did Emil
going
die?
uphill.
One of them survived, I remember. It was like the least remarkable one, I want to say. June, okay, June survived. Good ass game though, goddamn. I should play the campaign for that game at some point. I don't really game on stream anymore, but Halo Reach is probably worth getting into at some point. Just good game. And Firefight was great in that game too.
with that, Anita launched her campaign on May 17th, setting a goal
About
of
have to after you
$6,000.
gave me the fucking mill.
5
That's
videos,
crazy.
with each focused on a different reoccurring plot device. It was funded within 24 hours, with the earliest snapshot showing over $9,000 from 300
Wow.
backers.
I'm surprised she got that much money. She had that many fans? I should do a Kickstarter, goddamn.
It's
Who was
still
paying
not
for this
worth
shit?
it once
Especially
you.
since it was so hated. Well, she's
Once you
still
actually
super
have a
hated to this day.
nightclub,
She's been
and then you
irrelevant for
have
years.
already
Who
set
did
up
that
all
way?
these businesses,
Jesus Christ. People
like
are
I
so
told
pissed
you
off about
before,
it.
it
We'll learn more
automatically
about what she did in this
generates
video, I guess. I remember there
product
was some
without you
serious
even
dishonesty from
putting
the
product
members of
in
the
these
feminist frequency regarding
businesses.
Hitman, I want to say, but I don't remember all the details. I think she was like, she got facts wrong about the game.
No.
Potentially she was being
I mean, for
intentionally
total
dishonest
full,
about
I
the
don't
game to
know.
make it look like it was
But
more
even when
sexist
it's
than it really
totally full,
was.
I got like 1.8 mil.
This is important because its success predates any back.
You're shocked people still hate her? How so? Well, because it was just so long ago. She was hated, but she won in the end. What do you mean by that?
Flash. In fact,
And then I get cut off.
before promoting the project on YouTube,
Slam into
that
fucking
proves there was
3
enough
other
interest
cars.
for it to succeed without any of the controversy. The outrage didn't begin until after one seemingly mundane upload on June 4th, 2012.
Have you ever
Why?
noticed that, with a few notable exceptions, basically all female characters in video
I have
games fall
one.
into a small handful of cliches and stereotypes? I'm Anita
I'ma
Smith,
do
and
it.
I
I'ma
run
do
the
that
video web
next.
series Feminist Frequency.
The video was immediately flooded with dislikes by a larger wave
I'm
than
being
ever
dead
before.
serious.
I mean,
I'm
I
gonna
think
push you
to her
all the
credit,
way up
there
that
is a
hill.
point to be made about how a lot of female characters were like very sexualized. I don't think it's necessarily a problem, you know. Obviously, people like hot girls, especially guys like hot girls.
Deliver the
and
parcel.
the market for video games for
I actually have to
longest
go to
time
the
was
back.
really
What?
just guys, you know, primarily. So I think, you know, dudes
What
wanted to
the
see a sexy girl in the
fuck?
video game. They want to see Lara Croft's tits. So I mean, that is kind of accurate. Many games don't fall into stereotypes. I mean, they probably do.
All I did was
They're, like,
walk up
super
here. I
jacked,
didn't even drop
hero
anything.
archetype. They probably
Nothing.
do. But I think, you know,
This is
girls like hot girls too.
stupid.
Yeah. Women are kind of gay, aren't they? Women do like hot girls. Who cares?
This
I mean,
is kind
I
of
don't know if there's a
embarrassing,
thing.
but
don't
I wanted
particularly
to
care about
try
video
it.
Games, so it's not really an issue that is important.
I have
to me,
problems
but I would
shaving.
say,
I
if you
can't
wanna be
get like my
fair,
neck.
I think it's okay to have hot
like
women in
all of
games,
it
but
shaved
It would also probably be
evenly.
a good thing to have women that aren't sexualized.
So I
because
ordered
it'd all
this,
be in games. I think that could be a
towel
good thing,
steamer.
you know?
It was
So there
only
is this
$30.
idea that, you know, women don't have to only
And
get by on their
supposedly
looks or their
heat,
sexuality, or like women
you know,
can't be cool
will,
without showing their tits, right? I think that's not a bad thing. You know, having my feminism.
I don't know if it's
We
open
got
your
Samus.
pores
Women
or like
Samus
keep
and
the
you see her in the
keep
morph
the
suit.
hair
Hey,
up
you know.
Within days, there were
better
over
or
10,000
something. I forget what.
comments.
But
I don't
a
think it's, like,
barber
bad
shop,
to
that's what
have,
they
like,
do.
hot girls in games. I just think
But they
it
also
might
use
also
a
be good
fucking
idea
straight edge. I don't do that
There
shit.
to be games where the girl doesn't have to be hot, you know, and it's still be good. And I don't know a lot about gaming history, so that might have been a thing always. maybe Anita's complaining about an issue that didn't even exist, but
just about a fucking grizzly bear.
If her framing of like most of the successful games that include women have only hot women that like guys can goon to, I think it'd be good to have non-sexualized females in games. I think that wouldn't be a bad thing. I guess I don't like the idea that I'm gonna sound like such a soy tube libtard right now. I don't like the idea that
what do you
only like female role models that exist are like hot to guys and like have to be hot to guys. You know what I mean? I think it's a good thing because like the reality is not every girl is
you already have a submarine, don't you?
Want to be seen that way or like get.
And you have that Sparrow.
Looks.
Use that. Don't buy anything else.
OnlyFans has like it can be a serious problem for women. You know, this idea that like I feel like a lot of the most popular female creators that like people can name at the top of their head.
Well, I thought that meant like you needed it, like you didn't have it.
I don't think that's just a positive example for young girls because then they grow up thinking that the only way that they can be famous, rich, and successful online is by being attractive and being hot, right? Or like selling their body literally. I don't really like that.
Mine's getting better where it's going downhill. So
women can exist in a world where they don't have to be showing their nipples, and they can still exist and be just as successful as a guy. You know, I like that idea. And even now, I'm trying to think of it. I'm trying to think about it. I don't think I really watch any female content creators. I don't think I do. I don't think there's like a single like female video yes that I watch really. Tom's making a kind of a fair point, but I still like hot women. I don't think you can't. If you're a guy, you're gonna like hot women.
Dude,
I'm a guy,
whatever you want to find, you can find.
I get aroused. I like hot girls. I like it. System McFly.
If you be smart about it.
That's a good one. Still like 99.99999.
Well, like I'm not
people I watch are dudes, you know.
I'm not for it, nor am I against it, but I do believe that we should all try them at least once. Because how can we say anything about them, bad or good, had we not tried it?
Like any female streamer will have an OnlyFans.
I can say alcohol's bad because I've tried it. I don't.
Crop top or a low cut
the effects are
a little bit of cleavage
okay, whatever, but it's not worth like the bad feeling you get if you drink too much.
Brett Cooper, I guess I do watch Brett Cooper now and then. Although I'm kind of destroying my point here because I don't, when I do bring up Brett Cooper, it's not because of what she's saying. Actually, it totally is. But yeah, I think it would be a nice world where girls
we both
think the only way they can be popular or famous online is by being hot or something, Only question,
because I only have 2 left.
I do. Keep up the slop, I will. But yeah.
Until she finally disabled them on June 16th. What's interesting is, unlike previous videos, these messages
the last 2 were actually relatively close. This one's close, but the last one's further.
I've left the comments open on this video.
Thanks so much, Rockstar, for coding these motherfuckers to get right in the way. And then if I'm like, if I'm leaving the lane, they literally turn into me. The exact opposite of what you should do.
The basis of a blog post 2 days later. These are the types of silencing tactics often used against women on the internet to dare to speak up. Things only intensify.
One thing people seriously hate is that, like,
if I'm
people
going over the line,
I hate seeing when someone is like, I'm the only one willing to say this. I'm a martyr, and it's like you're talking about video games, and like maybe some of the stuff she's talking about is important, but people hate.
Why did it just say you were
the whole internet's coming after me because I'm the only based one? Like that's it's such a thing. It's such. Did
it say the same thing for you about me?
Maybe she did have some legitimate points. I don't really know. I haven't seen all of her content.
It's got to be with Steam resetting or something because my stream didn't cut out.
Yeah, people really hate the victim narrative, and I hate it too. That's why VTubers are popular and saturated. Oh, you mean to the point I was talking about earlier? Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people who watch VTubers see it as like their virtual anime girlfriend, which is like brother.
Come on. Second post on June 10th. This coordinated attack has included attempts to get my accounts banned, a torrent of hate on YouTube, plus countless threats of violence, death, sexual assault, and as part of that intimidation effort, the Wikipedia page about me was vandalized with misogynistic language.
Are you gonna cover Bo Blacks? I don't know, maybe. It's like the least interesting thing to me right now.
Pornography and racial slurs. In hindsight, something I can't shake the feeling of is
God damn, this one's damn near closest to the bottom of the map.
Media training, she likely knew how to leverage the negativity to her favor. It would also make sense given her previous idea of a research
once we get done, I'll probably just pick you up in my helicopter and we'll fly over there, and then I'll call in the vigilante if you want to drive the post office, or you can drive the fucking vigilante if you want.
Outlets like GameSpot, Kotaku, and Rock Paper Shotgun.
I was about to say, I'm not going to use the boost at all, but I do have to like just try to speed this up a little bit.
Should change. Her Kickstarter ended on June 17th.
We only got
raising over $150,000.
Okay, so she makes these videos. She gets some mean comments, I guess. She plays the victim, talks about how she's a martyr, and then she manages to get the mainstream media to talk about it, which is particularly, you know, egregious to people because it's like, well, now the mainstream media's on it. It's like, you know, they're attacking us. The people at the top are coming down on us.
The banker,
quote-unquote official publications
the
are
predator,
coming down on us. And then also the narrative is that like all gamers are sexist. That's
and
like
you feed him.
Right? All gamers are sexist.
The banker is a predator, and you feed him.
Well, aside from the reaction of the general public,
that's what this sign says: protect liberty and Constitution and amendments we hold dear. Defeat Sue Murray.
It was only going to escalate. Anita was targeted with DDoS attacks and attempts to hack her account. They tried to dox her, but were unsuccessful. A wide variety of memes circulated, many using offensive, derogatory imagery. This led her to make a third post.
Why do people always make snowmen? Why not snow women? Anita Sarkeesian. I guess this is just. I feel like they could have used
good. That's enough time. I can get over here to you.
This is like such a nothing meme. Like, who gives a? Am I missing something here? Offensive, derogatory imagery.
Led her to make a third post on July 1st
something I noticed about the sea sparrow, you know, the one that can land in the water. It's the same speed, but it has unlimited rockets.
Getting her on CBC radio, but that paled in comparison to what happened next. 4 days later, a user
no, it doesn't. It has a limit.
Published beat up Anita Sarkeesian. This flash game allowed you to simulate punching.
It's like 20 or 25.
Until she had black eyes.
Holy shit!
Ironically accused her of ignoring constructive criticism. The headlines wrote
I could be wrong, but last I remembered, it had the limit.
Gamers' unhinged hatred. It was covered by the New Statesman again, quickly disseminating to other outlets to highlight.
This kind of shit is why the Law and Order. This is why the Law and Order episode was made. Because you have like these bad apples, these bad examples of like, you know, you can cherry pick easily these examples to be like all gamers are like this. One person tried to DDoS me. One person made a video game where you can beat me up, and then it was like, you know, used to paint all gamers with a bad light, and then you end up getting some dipshit writer who went to some shitty school who, you know, works on Law and Order and somehow gets greenlit to write an episode about how gamers are violent and Logan Paul is going to kill Anita Sarkeesian for being a hoe, right? What does DDoS mean?
What?
The DDoS attack is, to my understanding, essentially when someone floods a website with so much traffic, so request to connect that it has to shut down because there's so much traffic going to it. It's like, you know, classic. It is illegal to do. It's like you're crashing.
Yeah, they have that.
It used to be a much more common thing when people were running like individual websites. It's not so common now to be able to do it because
like the earlier years,
of the websites people visit are big sites, like
I knew that.
YouTube and stuff like that, and they have DDoS protection from services like Cloudflare. But essentially,
what you
it's
could
like
consider a Crown Vic is that four-door police car. Well, I say four-door police car, but the Imponte
DDoS attack. A cyber attack was perpetrated seeks to make a machine or network resource unavailable
the Granger's
to its
that
users
SUV.
by temporarily or infinitely disrupting services of hosts connected to a network. Typically, it is accomplished by flooding the targeted machine or resource with superfluous requests in an attempt to overload systems.
Yeah, IRL, it's an Impala, yeah.
Okay,
but I was just comparing it because
attacks
that's actually what police used.
A server with millions of requests, so its performance overwhelming a server with a substantial amount of invalid data, submitting requests with a legitimate
it's
IP
uneven.
Address. Okay, so I was kind of right in layman's terms.
And if I didn't go far enough away, I could have chopped you up coming off those stairs.
That's how KF was shut down for a little bit, right? Yes. Kiwi Farms was shut down for a bit because their DDoS service was publicly pressured to stop working with them, and they did. And then they were left vulnerable to DDoS attacks, which makes the site go down.
So I go to my mom's, get her my
was
laundry.
subsequently invited to EA Dice, the devs behind Battlefield and Mirror's Edge.
So I don't have to pay for laundry because my mom lives in the same
so I'm no
town.
stranger to some level of
I just
sexist
take it to her
backlash.
house.
I've sadly gotten used to sexist slurs and sexist insults, usually involving kitchens
Fucking
and sandwiches.
Honda
but
Civic.
what happened this time was a little bit different. I found myself the
It's,
target of a massive online
It's just hit
hate campaign.
289,000
Frequency
miles.
ended the year with 36,000 subscribers. subscribers.
It is, but
Macintosh
I mean, it's
got right to work.
It's 2010.
Purchasing over 300 games for their research. While much of the backlash at the time was surface level,
Yeah, I was before this in a
criticism.
'96
When her video
Corolla.
on Bayonetta resurfaced, and many felt it was obvious she never played the game. There was also a tweet that implied she was.
The idea that hot girls shouldn't be in video games is ridiculous. All of us male
yeah,
love
that's good
playing
shit.
games staring at a hot, jacked edgelord. I feel like the idea that women can't be hot in video games is ridiculous.
Give me one
yes.
second, I'll call in the car.
The point I'm making is more that it would also be cool to have, video games, which they probably do exist, but it's also, I don't really play games. It's also good to have.
I mean,
games
they're
where the girl
both
doesn't have to be
good,
hot,
but
that's what I'm saying.
the
that's all I'm saying. Obviously, guys like hot
the
girls.
vigilante is
I like
the
hot
only
girls,
one I've consistently
it's a
been
biological
able to
thing.
get
You're wired
people
that
in
way.
like one shot, even
exist,
if
but nobody plays them and they don't sell
even if
well.
they throw flares
You
up
don't
or
play
any of
games,
that.
Not really. I mean, I was playing Fortnite for a bit on stream. That was my thing for a
Yeah,
while.
it's the
but
only
I don't
one I
really
can
play games. I don't really
reliably.
get much out of it these days.
Segregated classrooms. I've actually read many
Come on,
studies
you
that state the
bitch.
opposite.
Okay, it's
that
over here.
gender-segregated classrooms improve learning. Same with race.
No way. What the? Was she smoking crack? What? She's advocating for segregating classrooms by race? No way. To be more progressive, I've come to the conclusion that we actually need to go back to the water fountain situation. The black people.
I hope it doesn't just like ramp you on top of the car. That would suck dick.
That the story of her trip to Bungie
Nope, we're golden.
To me, like this is part of the problem with these kinds of people. Like, I feel like there could be a
Just
legitimate point
keep her
made
straight
in
once
general
I'm
about like
if you
the
turn
start
too
of what
much,
she
I
was
may
saying,
accidentally
which is why I
spin
was,
you
like,
out.
giving charitability and sympathy to her argument. But then the argument gets so far that it becomes actually
This is
segregation
hilarious.
good. We should go back to that. And it's like, how the f did you wrap
It's
around?
we're already
Was the
doing
study
better,
created
dude.
by
It
the
took
Daily Stormer?
fucking
The
forever
Daily
to get up
Stormer actually
this.
says, the most feminist way to deal with this issue is by segregating men and women into different classes. It's like, why? Isn't the point to coexist?
I'll make sure I don't put too much
isn't
on
like
you.
the point of every civil rights movement over the past 60 years that we should coexist and be able to get along instead of separating us again? Come on.
Yet well known. Many questioned her intentions with approaching video games at all. The first of its kind came from a channel called Instigative Journalism. Part 1
See, yeah, you're almost at the
activist
limit of
master's
speed. You can't.
thesis. Anita argues in it that
You almost can't
strong female
turn.
characters still aren't feminists because they're only pretending to be men. The YouTuber points out contradictions in her categorization of masculine and female traits. This is used to infer a framework for the future of her career.
She only cares about TV shows because that's all.
No. That took less than a minute. Yeah, but before it took about 3.
Like she disguises
Oh
herself
my
as a man,
God.
and so she's accepted. But then she can do everything that a man can, and ultimately in the end she is.
I
accepted
swear,
despite
I
the fact
thought
she's a
I would
woman.
have to
She
get a
seems
different
just
car
capable.
because
Isn't
it
that
was
the point
gonna
of that movie? I feel like that's
like
a
put the
total
ass end on the
even
front.
for her to even imply that movie. They're pretending to be men. Well, yeah, but like the point is like by the end she gets accepted.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
wanted to make sure I was
I
gonna
feel like
do
this is
that.
so. It's almost so stupid. It reads as rage.
Well,
She has to
if
assume
I
the
use
role of
boost,
a
you'd be
male. Well, yes,
gone.
at first she does, but that's only to prove that she can do everything that a man can. And once it's revealed that, because like from the start, if she had been like, I'm going to be a woman in the military, they would have just denied her. But because of the fact that she pretended to be a guy, she then entered, into combat, and performed just as well,
Shit.
if not better than.
I didn't-
then
I was
once
trying
the
to make
point
that car
in time came
fly.
when she revealed that she was a woman.
No,
Well, I
what's
think
the
she was
shit?
unmasked in that movie. I think it was kind of a
Motherfucker
slip.
is about to
but
take
when she was
flight.
unmasked, they had to accept that she could do everything that a man could. I think that's the point.
Nice.
Of it. She broke the glass ceiling. Yeah. Have you ever get tired of drama shit? No.
Anything unless Joss Whedon is somehow related. She doesn't do original thinking or
That
research and
works.
is satisfied by referencing and leaning on the things that
Fucking-
she was taught in class.
if it don't
and
fit,
claiming
force
to
it.
analyze or examine such.
The thing is, like, this idea that, like, don't you get tired of drama? A lot
Yeah,
of the drama
Gotham's
I got
nicer.
from it is, like, okay, it's drama. But the drama is, like, revolving around, like, really interesting cultural and societal issues, like representation in gaming, or, like, sexism,
God
or, like,
damn.
overblown victimhood complex, or, like, like drama.
Nice. Oh,
But what drama is really is just like the way that
Nice.
humans interact with each other, which is the most interesting thing possible. I see this shit as almost like a TV show. The reason why people find like TV,
I can't believe it's
and, like, movies
working.
interesting is because it's like the interaction of people with the world around them.
Shit, my
the
bad.
interaction of
I
people with
fucked
each
up.
other. Like that is necessarily interesting. So everything.
You
is
got
drama.
flung.
So no, I don't get bored of it. Do I get bored of life? What books do you like? What are your top 5 books? I haven't been reading books in a while, but I did purchase.
It may have been
books
faster
recently.
instead of us doing it individually.
That
If I just fucking pushed you through all 3.
Feudalism of meaning to get around to.
Like,
And,
on
I
God,
also
I feel like that would have been faster.
I started reading Atlas Shrugged
Yeah,
the other day.
yeah,
I haven't gotten very deep into it.
100%.
I read like 30 pages maybe, but I purchased Atlas Shrugged. I think I actually purchased these a while ago and didn't get around to it. Atlas Shrugged and the Fat One, right? I've got them both here. So I've got to get
fucking
more
around.
them, but
I want to make sure we have enough time.
Trying to educate myself a little more by instead of just like reading articles, you know, trying to escape the.
Oh shit! I
boomer
didn't realize you
archetype
did
of, like, illiterate. Because I used to read a lot when
My
I was
bad.
like a book a
You're
week,
over here. You
mostly
know
young
it.
adult
Next
novels,
turn.
But I did like reading, and I would like to read more. So I have to make time for it. I think what I have to do is instead of watching TV for 2 hours at the end of the night before I go to bed, I have to start reading books.
This
But
is
I wanna
great.
do it. It might be good, honestly. I've been thinking about PewDiePie had like a book club thing back in the day.
What do we
I think it
got?
might
We
be
only
good if I
have
did, like, a
one more,
streaming
bro.
book
It took
club, and,
us
like, once,
a total of
like, you know,
3
every month
minutes
we have to
to
read a
get this
book,
far.
and then I'm like held accountable for it, and I have to like talk about it in my opinions and write a
Like
little
dead
piece about it,
serious.
you know, then it
We
would become,
started
part of my
like
job,
what?
and
I got this thing.
more
We got
naturally
back
work
over
into
there
it.
at like
I think
11
I'll,
minutes.
watch films. I watch movies like every single day. But yeah, I think that would be good. No official announcements on that yet, but you know, when I get around to it, I'll let you know. But yeah, I think reading is good. I think reading is good. Hot take.
I know, I was just
Keep them
speaking.
under archetypes instead of judging them holistically and matches them against the checklist of her
What?
feminist paradigm.
Go. Hey, no, go. Just drive.
Personal brand defense. It's important to recognize
There's another
that
straightaway. You
views
stop
on
for no
sex and
reason.
violence are not intrinsic to the movement. There are many opposing views within feminism that never get acknowledged in her videos. For example, sex
Nice.
positivity. The only time she addressed this was in a
Oh shit!
criticizing
I caught the side of you.
Anita disagreed strongly.
What is the slut walk?
Sorry.
If you're following the feminist blogosphere, there's been a lot of talk about slut walk. Slut walk is kind of a
Yeah.
new movement that was originally
This would be
conceived in Toronto
goated.
in response to a police officer claiming that women should stop dressing like sluts to avoid assault. The folks in Toronto were rightfully upset as the police officer's comments an unfortunate
Fucking
example
have
of
a
victim blaming
train.
that assault survivors are subjected
Fucking
to on a
post
regular
office.
basis. So as a result, they started dressing
Van
skimpy in
and then
public.
a
It was like
goddamn
it was like
Batmobile behind it.
It was like a regular thing. It was like a parade, a pride parade type thing. Where's lingerie? Stop objectifying me.
He
You
always
know
comes out in the
movie
daytime.
La Haine? I don't. La Haine movie. When a young Arab
Unless
is
I'm
arrested and
retarded.
beaten unconscious by police, a riot erupts in the notoriously violent suburbs outside of Paris. Three of the victims' peers wander aimlessly about their home
Goddamn.
turf in the aftermath of the violence to try to come to grips with the outrage over the brutal
Yeah.
incident. This kind of reminds me of there's this series I really like. It's an HBO series. HBO has a lot of good miniseries. It's called The Night Of. I highly recommend watching this.
Shit.
It's really, really good. Really, really well done. I don't want to reveal
I
too
noticed
much of it,
that.
but essentially
The whole
a
thing's
guy
fucked up.
sleeps with a girl and is then accused of a crime that he
Fucking
is not
tires
guilty of.
caved.
That's all I really want to say about it. But it is a genuinely good series. Another really good one. Another really good HBO miniseries. is
Shit.
called Sharp Objects. This is probably my favorite.
No,
HBO
you're
miniseries that I've seen.
sliding.
This is really good. Really,
What a
really,
save.
really good.
Holy
Highly
shit, that was awesome.
92% of Rotten Tomatoes. Should be 100. But yeah, this is a great series.
No.
To feel alienated within the movement.
This whole thing. Oh shit. And then I fuck it up.
Presented her view as synonymous.
If you have
Oh,
membership exclusive
shit.
videos, the stream VODs are membership exclusive. So is the members only podcast.
When that wasn't
Nope,
the case,
nope. We're on
this
top
was
of
one
house.
of the many genuine critiques
Oh,
she never
no.
responded to. There's no such thing
It's
as
stuck,
sexism
though.
against men.
Yeah.
That's because
Oh.
sexism is
Here
Okay,
we
at least
go
it's
with this
one.
Shit, bro, I hate this argument.
prejudice plus power.
Is she one of the progenitors?
Dude,
of
if
this
we
argument?
didn't
Is she one of these
do
people?
that
I
right
hate
there,
this shit.
it would
Actually, you
be
can't-
like we
maybe
would only
racist
have like
white
2
people,
minutes
because racism
left.
is prejudice plus power. No, it's not. No, that's not what the definition of racism is. Thank you, Joji.
That was
Puppy,
fucking
for telling me that. Thank you.
Power in
hilarious.
society. Ignoring all of her crazy trolls.
What?
that
You
could
weren't
never
even
be
on it. You were on the
justified.
side of the fucking
A more
van on
nuanced
my
view of
screen.
feminist frequency at the
Like, it
time
wasn't
was
even
that
on
there
wheels or
was no way to
anything. It was just
express
skating.
criticism of some of her polarizing views without being grouped into the harassment.
Yeah, that
The
was
only
that was
criticisms she
great.
ever responded to were things that
Top
were
10
easy
moment right
Can I buy
there.
you a Blood Meridian? If I wanted to buy it, I could just get it. Don't worry about it.
dismiss. With
I'm
journalists never
really
pushing back
pissed.
and
I
acting
ended
like
up
a PR
flying off.
The biggest irony in games, Gamergate made Sarkeesian's videos untouchable. They're poor and often inaccurate. Will I criticize them? Not a chance. What? This is the shit I also hate. Like, this argument that dishonesty is justified because the people who are the victims of the dishonesty are shitty. Like, I hate this. You need to watch
You straight.
Mr. Robot.
We
I've seen
done.
I think
I
season 1 of Mr.
couldn't
Robot
give a
was pretty
fuck.
good. I just didn't watch past that, but I think I liked it. I like Christian Slater in that show.
For the YouTuber. This
Yeah,
limited
we
how
got
the
it. Yeah,
wider
from here on, you
conversation
cannot do
You are
sales
either
unless you
with
have
her Or
this.
against her. Again, that isn't to justify
This with it. You can take whatever. I was just gonna fly you to your plane, or wherever you gotta go.
The way they did. It didn't.
Right, because like one thing people hate even more than a victim complex is like generalizations. And on one hand, like the media will criticize generalizations made about women and made about her. But on the other hand, she responds to that by generalizing all male gamers who criticize her as part
Like
of this,
I
harassment
said, so
campaign
once
that
I
does
hit you,
really
you spun
unjustified
around.
things towards her. And that's
But
extremely
like when you were
frustrating.
going down the hill, like as we were
It's like, well,
reaching
I'm
the
not doing that.
peak.
I'm not harassing her. I'm not, making a game about how it's cool for her to get punched in the head.
Oh,
I'm not
okay. Yeah, we're not gonna take
a game, by the way, which is like kind of probably whatever, but it is kind of extreme.
I don't
want to
drive.
You know, I'm not the one.
You were just like
criticizing her, but
you weren't on wheels at all. Like your
that's what people
bottom left-hand side of the truck or of the van was the only thing touching the ground. It was quite funny. Call your Raiju. Yeah, and I'll take it to that instead. There's something up here.
In leadership positions have managed to get themselves bullied or.
Have you read
Fuck it.
Persepolis?
We'll just leave it alone.
Persepolis. If you ask me if I've read any book, the answer is probably no. I don't read very often. I'm trying to get into it now. Persepolis.
There's not even a two-seater. The only one is that prop plane, and it's not very good.
During and after the Islamic Revolution. I mean, it sounds interesting, but there's so many books I gotta read. Well, maybe we'll do a book club.
Cajoled into this bullshit PC appeasement position by people who are conspicuous in that they proudly label themselves as feminists. Folks who find t-shirts like this offensive enough to reduce them to tears.
It's interesting that around this time, all the online atheists switched from complaining about fundamentalist Christians to feminists.
I'm gonna do the same
It laid
thing.
the groundwork
Just call
for
my
the
shit
eventual
in too.
wave of skeptics and anti-SJWs that would build
And-
the right-leaning community. That included a lot of the conservative Christians the atheists used to complain about.
It is kind of interesting that
I
happened.
think
The
it's
skeptic community back in the
I
day
think
was
it's
like
quicker
also
if
some
you
kind of
do
time
the
in commentary
VTOL,
community. Like back then, like
but
Andy
it
Warski,
feels
Shoe on
quicker,
Head,
in my
like Armor
opinion,
Skeptic, all those guys would hang out with like
to
Time Out
switch it and
like
then go
that.
on.
I remember there was some event at VidCon that like sent
You know,
quick
like
reviews
fly it
on
like a
his
plane and
YouTuber
then
rabbit
go.
hole, where I think he said that he heard someone say the N-word or something at VidCon when he was hanging out with like
I
Sargon
say like a
and those
plane.
guys or
It's a
something.
fucking
And
all
then-
of it's a fucking plane.
And then like it's interesting how like culture constantly flips, like because you have like the feminists cause Gamergate, and then Gamergate by extension causes skeptics. The skeptics cause BreadTube. BreadTube causes like the new right. Like it's such an interesting.
Only
flip,
what?
but, like,
Oh,
I feel,
not
I
the
feel like
dark
I'm constantly
roads.
seeing culture just like mirror itself.
Yeah,
reflected every
yeah.
3-4
That's what I
years.
meant. I don't know what I said.
Sarkeesian launched a Tumblr for her series, and a month later released the very first episode of the crowdfunded Tropes vs. Women in Video Games. The first episode of the Kickstarter back campaign was released on March 7th, 2013, called The Damsel in Distress. It was briefly taken down after a false flag campaign, but quickly reinstated. Within hours, TJ Kirk uploaded into Who's the Damsel Now? He admits it was more even-handed than her previous
I usually keep the
games,
guns.
but called on Ms. Sarkeesian to face her critics and stop playing the victim.
And I honestly have no major criticisms of its content. I do, however,
I'm already
take
over
issue
here.
with one aspect of Anita's
I
video.
fucking
The fact that she
ejected
has
out of the
disabled
plane.
ratings, comments, and even statistics. We, the audience, are not allowed to have an opinion, it seems.
Yeah, 1000%.
Uploaded his first rebuttal
Oh fuck! All right, let me move this back over here.
Really,
like
did
I'm
you
gonna
have
move this in
to
front
start
where the
with a
rest of them
straw
are,
man in the
and then I'll call
I'll
it.
never understand why people think it's a good idea to turn off comments. Like that doesn't make you look good. That makes you look like a pussy. If you're getting shit online, the good response is
yeah,
almost
just
never to turn
drive
off
the
comments.
truck
You should
up
make
on
a
the
character
road.
in your Tom Dark videos like Fantana where Nerd City does have yourself as a brain rotten child that only speaks in brain rot. Well, that's just me. That's just how I actually am in real life. So I don't think.
Well,
much of a
yeah, I
character.
guess that's true.
Really think that tropes are specifically adversarial to women? Maybe I should title this video in a reciprocatively fair fashion. Maybe something like feminism versus facts.
This may very well be the origin of the idea behind facts don't care about your feelings.
Based.
Watching with 10 years of hindsight, this video strawmans her arguments. Thunderfoot claims Anita's noticing trends that don't exist.
I wonder if I'll
But
still
that's
get paid the
despite this
50K.
very long history across literature and film. He implies
Like, I got
that
52K for helping you sell with the last one, where I actually did like 3 or 4 of them.
is that it's a
With all the creeps you cover, you should read Lolita. It's a scarily good look.
Oh,
Find actions and workings of a pedo freaky book, but worth it? Maybe, I don't know. I kind of get worried about. I don't want to like read dark shit
Shut
like
the
that.
fuck. No, it's
kinda
not.
It's like disturbing, you know. It's obviously disturbing. Maybe it'd be good for me to read that, like see into their mind. But at the same time, I don't know. I would ideally read something uplifting in my time away from YouTube.
Go,
Like,
go,
it might
go,
not
go,
be
go,
worth
go.
it,
Just
you
keep
know? Or
going.
at least something that's less depressing.
Don't ever
I
stop.
want to read a book about, you know, how Lyle thinks that bad.
plot device that happens to characters and doesn't necessarily define them. This symbolic performative gesture isn't a strong counter-argument to that.
Remember, the damsel in distress's plot device is something that happens to a
Actually,
female
you
character.
don't even have to get out
And
of the
not
truck.
necessarily something a
I could
character
just
is
pick up the
constructed.
trash bags.
I want to clarify that tropes versus women in gaming isn't a
Since you're not having to start up the engine. Oh, fuck. My bad.
There are also premises I can see people taking issue with because they're simply treated as accepted fact.
The belief that women are somehow a naturally weaker gender
Fuck.
is a deeply ingrained, socially constructed myth.
I mean, it's really not. I mean, physically they are weaker on average. I don't think we can deny that. I mean, mentally,
Damn it.
they're not weaker, but I mean, men are different than women. They're not the same thing. I think they should have the opportunity to be treated as equal. I think you should have equality generally. They should be able to do what they want. But to pretend as if there's no differences between men and women, like this, the idea.
Oh,
that,
like you just have
men
to
are
open up
not
the door.
stronger physically than women on average is kind of silly.
Okay.
It is not even kind of silly. It's very silly. Political YouTubers suck. Most of them.
Which of course is completely false. But the notion is reinforced and perpetuated when women are continuously portrayed as frail, fragile, and vulnerable creatures. The gender binary is an entirely artificial and socially constructed division of male and...
It's not, though. It's also biological.
Yeah.
Like, men and women...
'Cause it
do different
rolls.
things. I'm not saying that women have to be forced into certain
Oh,
ways. But men and
fuck.
women do different things, right? They're capable of different things. You know, women give life. They push a child out of them. They bear a child. Like, that's their capability. That's not the only capability, but men cannot bear a child. They cannot hold a child in their body. You do need men and women to give life, and they should both take care of the child. I don't think every woman needs to be a housewife. I don't think every woman has to be reduced to being a housewife or raising kids. I don't think they can do anything outside of that. But there's a clear physical distinction. The fact that it even has to be explained is... The literature podcast with Joe Kanaru and the Wendigo would be a dream podcast. I've actually thought about that before. I don't think my literary analysis would be that.
Oh,
good.
I
It would be
didn't. I thought I
interesting. It would
missed.
be interesting if
I was trying to hit
if
those
all three of us
cars.
agreed to read a book. Both of them would probably be down for that. I would guess. Both of them would probably be
Sorry.
down for it. Like, let's all
I'm
read
sorry.
A book and then talk
Just keep going this way.
podcast.
Fuck it.
That'd probably be good.
female
Or
into
not.
two distinctly separate and opposing classes of human beings.
As I watched these videos for my research, I realized that they weren't that outrageous and pretty benign media analysis overall. This shouldn't be surprising, since Anita has explained that unlike previous videos, which were much more off
That's
the
a
cuff,
body.
these
I thought
were
that was the
much more
bag.
intentional. They're rather adept at anticipating and addressing counter-arguments.
God
This series
damn.
will include critical analysis of many beloved games and characters. But remember that it's both
You'll have to
possible...
tell me where you're turning
There's nothing wrong
because
with
I.
the girls.
What the
You can shake
fuck?
things up here and there, but don't pretend like it's all bad.
We just
I mean, yeah,
floated.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think you just need to give people the choice, and like, I don't think they should be shamed into one thing. The idea that men and women are
Because I
the
don't.
same,
I don't
exactly
see
same,
the
capable
marking
of
on the
exact
map.
same things is not true. You know, but I think that women should have the
Okay.
opportunity to do whatever they want. Basically, that's what I would say. Which is like, it's not even like a hot take. I think this is what most people probably would think if I had to guess. You know, but there are differences. We're not the same. You know, I'm an
Damn
average
it.
height man. Just look at that. Biologically, I'm an average height male.
Hell
5'10",
yeah.
okay. An
That was
average height
planned.
female in the United States is like 5'4". That's a clear biological difference, and it's like so easy to acknowledge. But some people will deny it and they'll cope about it, which is kind of.
and even
After this
necessary
one,
to simultaneously
you want to
enjoy
drive.
media, while also
You want to
being
drive
critical of its
this
problematic
thing.
or pernicious aspects. Just to be clear, I'm not saying that all games that use the damsel in distress as
You
a
gotta be
plot
careful
device
now.
are
We only got
automatically
24
sexist or
minutes.
have no value.
This was lost on many people who came away.
We've only got
thinking
one
this.
delivered.
I mean, Jesus, girl, you are one sick puppy. So in your mind, if my girlfriend gets abducted, I can protect her, or to keep her.
Well, they kind of did take her arguments out of context there. They kind of didn't do a very good job of interpreting it, to be honest. Thunderfoot looks like he did a bad job. It honestly sucks what's happening with Nerd City. He has fire content, and what he did isn't that bad, I guess, but it makes you look at him differently. I mean, he's just kind of a spur at the end of the day. His videos are probably still good.
Safe without turning her into an object. I mean, really, by your feminist reasoning here, hospitals, you know, the places where
Right to the
patients
fucking
can't be
tree.
acted on, are actually centers where people are turned into merely objects to be acted on.
Thunderfoot's first video on the subject garnered over 1 million views, spawning the profitable industry of anti-Sarkeesian and later
It seems like kind of a side where this is the kind of situation where both sides are being like Anita has like a decent point, but then she's dishonest with it, and then Thunderfoot also has a decent point, and then is dishonest with it. And they both just kind of like have this tug of war of like well-intentioned dishonesty.
Anti-feminist content. The gaming industry, on the other hand, largely stood by Anita, with veteran Cliff Blazinski speaking out at Kotaku. He defended trans versus women's right to exist and said gamers need to, quote, grow up. If by watching Anita's videos, I, as a developer, can reconsider how I depict women in any future product of mine, then her work may very well be worth it. This belief was echoed by writer Anthony Birch and game designer Tim Schafer. On April 5th, a student uploaded a recording they took when Anita spoke at their college. During the Q&A, they read off a letter stating her trolls didn't represent gaming as a whole. On April 18th, Anita appeared on CNN.
And what I wanted to do, or what I hope to do by telling my story, is to create a space where people take online harassment more seriously. There's a sort of conception that what happened to me was trolling. And trolling is largely thought of as one individual who's trying to get a rise out of another individual. And what happened to me was really a cyber mob, right? It was thousands of going after me who were loosely...
Cyber mob was...
Here, get in. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, bro.
Get in,
Cyber
get in,
mob.
get in.
They still
You
use
gotta
that term. I believe in the Ruben Sim lawsuit. He was accused of inciting a cyber mob.
Working together.
Thunderfoot responded by stating he had faced
Take too long to go
harassment.
and get it.
In fact, a quick search for
Plus,
images
I can
of you
just
online
return it and
shows
call
that
this
the
thing back in.
internet has been far kinder to you than it has been to
Bruh.
me.
On May 28th, Anita released part 2 of The Damsel in Distress.
Once again, it's like, you're the victim. You're the fake victim. I'm the real victim. No, I'm the real victim. And they probably get asked this a bunch. Do you think Smart Schoolboy now will ever get punished for the weird shit he's done? Or is it cooked due to the Reddit investigators? I would guess that, I don't know, probably not. If he hasn't been at this point, probably not. I don't even remember if he did anything explicitly illegal. I think he was just generally weird and creepy, so I would guess he probably
What are
won't
you
do that.
getting
It
for
was
these
once
cells?
again taken down after being false flagged. This received even more rebuttals
Dude,
from
that's
Thunderfoot
terrible.
and TJ Kirk. What's fascinating is
For
they're
30
often
minutes?
arguing against points she isn't making. By
Each?
saying the exact same thing as she states in
You
the
think
video.
400K
To give an
is worth
example of
it?
This, TJ points out many plot devices are only used out of convenience rather than intentional sexism.
And of all the reasons
Well, yeah,
that
but
a
just
character
you
might
can
embark on a quest,
change who you
saving or
get
avenging a
text
loved one is
from.
probably the easiest to convey quickly. I think that is the
I would
reason
rather
for
do
the
that
damsel
than
in distress
keep doing
trope.
this over and
I don't
over
think
again.
it's designed to denigrate women. I think it's just an easy plot device.
And this is what she states in her
Like I
video.
said, I mean, if
Despite
it's
these
if
troubling
it's totally full,
implications, game creators aren't
1.6 to
necessarily all sitting
1.8.
around twirling their nefarious-looking mustaches while consciously trying to figure out how to best misrepresent women as part of some grand conspiracy.
Did they even
Let's
watch
just
her
drive
video,
both of
though?
these back,
Did they
fuck
even
'em.
watch her video? What she's saying is not even...
Grab-
she said the
yeah,
same
grab
thing.
it closest
She
one.
said the same exact thing they're saying here. Do people even watch her video?
I don't know if it's much
What the hell?
faster with the
Most probably
vigilante
just haven't
with
given much
these.
thought to the underlying messages their games are sending.
They're saying the same exact thing.
And in many cases,
I guess she's framing it slightly more negatively, but...
the developers have backed themselves into a corner with their own game mechanics.
Kirk then says that because most devs and gamers are male, it's only natural their views are most prevalent. But that doesn't negate...
Like, maybe this is the real reason, which is exactly
Do
what she
what?
said.
You don't have to agree with this, but at least understand what
You can't sell them.
in her videos. Anita Anita is also very clear that
But I mean,
individual
they're fun
games
to
aren't
have,
harmful
sure.
on their own. It's the broader cultivation
If you're gonna
effect
get
that
one,
perpetrates
get
harmful
the
views.
And taken on their own, each individual example we've covered in this episode might be
the
relatively
no
benign or
the
trivial.
Buffalo's not even
But
one.
the reason this series focuses on tropes
Unless
is because
they added
help
it.
us recognize larger recurring patterns.
Kirk calls this contradictory, arguing she's picking and choosing when context matters. Thunderfoot summarizes her argument as, video games make people sexist.
I'll make this simple for you, Anita. Really, really simple. You can claim as our hypothesis all you want that women not being portrayed as you want in video games is making society misogynist. Hell,
Yeah, that's why I don't
people
understand
who
why
claim
you're
that
doing
video
this.
games make people
So
more
60
violent
minutes
have
is
a
worth
far better
800
case
grand to
than
you,
your claim
is what
that-
you're saying
Why is
when
every
doing this.
internet movement? Why are both sides of this? Why are both sides of this argument? just,
I mean,
talking
sure,
past
like if you could get this done in
this
like
has been happening forever. This is so annoying.
10, 20 minutes, sure, I wouldn't care. That would be worth it. But with with just two people
Likewise, engaging with these
and
games
using
is
up the
not
whole
going to
30
magically
minutes,
transform
no,
players into
not at
raging
all.
sexist. We typically don't have a monkey see, monkey do.
Especially
direct
if you
cause and
buy
effect relationship with
supplies
the media
for
we
the
consume.
75K, you're making
works
even
in much more
less.
subtle
You're
and
making
complicated
315
August
for
1st, Anita
30
released the
minutes of
third
your
and final
time.
part of The Damsel in Distress.
That's why I
It
always say,
includes
like,
her
keep
idea
trying to
for a
find the
hypothetical
fucking
game
heist,
called
is because, like,
Legend of the Last
you know,
Princess.
sure, you may
Taken
put
out of
in, like,
context, and many were under the
10
assumption
hours or
she
something
felt
crazy
these were
just
the
trying to
only
find
types
a
of stories that should exist.
freaking lobby, but the least you'll get if they,
Now, I'm certainly not
like, the
arguing
least
that
you'll
all
get is like a
stories
meal
must
a
include
piece.
completely fearless, hyper-individualistic, heroic women who pull
Or,
themselves up by their bootstraps and never
or you
need
get
anything
like,
from
because
anyone.
that
Of
guy
course,
had me
there's
add him
absolutely nothing wrong with
on
offering or
Discord.
occasionally needing assistance. It only becomes a problem when acts of altruism are repeatedly presented in heavily gendered ways.
I fucking ran into
I feel like
the
I'm the
wall,
bad guy for like
goddamn.
defending Anita here or something. I'm not supposed to do this, but what she's saying is not that crazy. And if you think it is that crazy, the responses.
I never do these. I don't give a shit if they get full or run out of supplies or anything.
GFM is handicapped and leaves out tons of context of the shit Anita was spouting on Twitter for 10 hours a day.
Not
he's probably gonna
one
get into
of
that.
them.
This is an hour and a half long video. I don't think he's handicapped. They're literally just
Not
going
a
through
single
the videos
one, because the
and, like,
nightclub, like I
responses
said,
they-
it passively
they're going through, like,
earns.
what she says and then what the skeptics say, and showing that like they're just talking past each other constantly. Her points aren't as bad as I thought they'd be. Yeah, but they're not like amazing. But at least if you're gonna argue with her, don't just take her out of context, you know, or don't like lie about what she's saying, or like make arguments for her that she never made. The point is she's saying games.
I don't
films
know. You
influence
said
people in
60
widespread
minutes,
negative
but I don't
ways,
know.
whether they were already present in our culture or not. That can be a pretext for censorship.
Oh.
I mean, it can be, but it also could not be. Was she advocating for like all games need to go away? And like also like at the same time, like let's say she is advocating for that. Let's say that is what she's saying. If that is the case, like why weren't the guys making those arguments? Like what? Like we're literally watching clips where they're just like talking past each other and they're not like representing her arguments accurately. I'm using it to check if my
But you're
debit card's
paying
working.
for supplies.
Meanwhile, a page was created about
Which
her
you
on
can
Encyclopedia
you can
Dramatica.
minimize
As more and more
150K
creative
total
stood against the feminist
for
writer,
60 minutes.
Anita would end up giving a talk at an event called The Conference, elaborating on the false flagging campaign. This slide includes a screenshot of a user that went by the name of Monday
Yeah,
Matt,
you have to
who said,
you have
"The
to
internet
set
is finally
Matt.
striking back.
you have to
Keep
set a
fighting.
staff.
Keep flagging."
Jesus.
He celebrated the appearance on his own channel. Among
Monday and Matt seems like he's always been.
Rudy's new detractors was Jordan Owen, who began researching her past.
I'm gonna check it
This culminated in a
because
video
it was just the
titled
other day I
"Hidden
sold it.
Early."
It wasn't yesterday.
Tensions.
Did you watch Destiny's
I
reaction
haven't been
to H-React's
back in
session
the
video? I didn't see
nightclub
that.
yet.
Did that happen? Destiny reacts to H-React. Did you actually watch it? When I look up Destiny H-React, all the old shit comes up. I'd be curious to see it. What's the name of the video?
If
I'm
you're
working.
lucky,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna go look at Tom Dark Rule 34 now. Wow. Dark. I'm being harassed. Happened on stream. I don't know if it's uploaded. Okay. Well, curious to see how that went when he uploads it.
Would heighten even more in gaming discourse when Jordan Owen, an
Fuck
early
no.
face in the skeptic YouTube community, was tipped off with the new intel by a source familiar with both Anita and Macintosh in 2013. The user sent several links, which he made public. The first was a testimonial the feminist host did for a program called Teleseminar of Secrets. The course was run by internet marketing guru Alex
The what?
Notion. It basically taught you how to run a multi-level marketing scheme. Her endorsement was up.
I don't have to. It's on YouTube
I
VOD.
would argue, given the nature of the scam, she was
But
the victim and not a
I get
perpetrator.
clips anyway.
However,
I think I did,
She promotes her own website called Neon.
but I'm not certain.
I'm from Los Angeles, California, and my website is
No way.
The earliest snapshot advertises internet marketing.
Yeah, that's what I
services
was.
with
Yeah,
a
that's what I
specialty
was
in
trying to say.
teleseminars.
It's like
Nina's
it's
next
all.
connection in this league
At least on
was to a
YouTube. I know
handwriting
Twitch has
expert
VODs
called
too,
Martin Baggett.
but
Her old site lists being a seminar manager / coordinator.
it's only
Baggett
for
13
so
times.
long.
The man also did a testimonial for Mandoshan in 2007. And the funniest part of all is that he was featured in a pickup artist directory, which led many to call Anita a fake feminist. Now, while it's true she worked for Baggett's, he clarified that the seminars she helped with were self-help oriented and attended by older women. The statement was provided to a journalist investigating her past, and the author admits there was even less evidence of a relationship to Mandoshan.
Holy shit. Thanks, Kate, for coming to member. Bart Baggett is a great name. It is. If someone reads a huge amount, the best way to get into it is start with things you like and delve deeper into more cross-genre books for you'll love a range of books. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with that. I mean, that's like with anything, right? If you want to get into something. All right, chat. With that
This
being
was
said,
much
I know
faster
this was a
than
bit
those
of a short
fucking
stream 'cause I started late,
vans.
just had shit to do today. I'm not going to stream tomorrow because I've got a bunch of errands to do. I've got to, I'm getting my gay little haircut, okay? So get ready for haircut time to come back. And I've got like my first doctor's appointment I've had in like 4 years, so we'll see how that goes. I'm going to have cancer. It's possible. But yeah, I'm going to get off. Thanks to all the new members. Thanks to all the donors.
What I don't
It was a good
understand,
stream.
you know,
I'll be back
you
to
run into
streaming on
those.
Friday, and we're gonna finish this video.
I don't know
So
if
we'll
it's
see the
like
rest
a
of it. Needless
lobby
Arcades War. I'm
challenge,
gonna
but like
copy
where you
this
can
before
destroy the
and,
vehicle
because I'm
and you
actually
can
enjoying
pick
this
up
video
the
quite a bit,
bag like
but
you're talking
I'm gonna go
about.
make dinner and shit and get ready for tomorrow. I've been
Why
going
is
to
that not an option for
fix the
everything?
schedule.
Why do we have to
I'm going
waste
to
our
bed
fucking
before
time?
midnight, waking up
Like,
around 7 or 8.
I mean,
But
I'm
yeah,
gonna be
I'll
done with this
be
and
back Friday.
before the
And there should be a new Tom
20-minute
Dark video tomorrow.
mark.
In the meantime,
But like,
if you wanna
still,
watch the full VODs, become a member on the Tom Dark channel.
what's
If
the
you wanna
point in
watch
buying all this shit if you can't use it
clips
for
uploaded
everything?
into nice little neat segments, go to the Tom Dark Live channel. My ex-wife left her debit card face. Keep using it. I'll get a new profile picture. And I just reuse an old banner here. I should be getting an old new banner soon enough. So subscribe to that channel. If you want to see
Grove
the new
Street.
Tom IRL
Grove
video.
Street.
Tom IRL channel.
Jesus.
We did a video that a lot of people are liking. Me, Brandon, took a couple of gangsters to a brony convention. Shout out Baby 50 and Ron. And up. It's a pretty good video. And there's a new Turkey Tom video as well. Just Bear, but I would highly recommend watching. Good video.
The fucking.
All right. We'll catch you guys on
The light cycle.
Tuesday, right? Yeah. Catch you guys on Friday. Take it easy.
Well, whatever. I call it light cycle. That's what Tron called it. I have that one. I got it out of the casino. It's dog shit.
Yeah, thank you for calling
Yeah, it's really bad.
This is Raymond. How may I help you, ma'am?
Yeah, Ray, Raymond, I got your voicemail there about the charge being auto-renewed. Really don't want to, I guess, pay the $400. I'm not really
For
sure
what bike?
what exactly it is you're referring to, if you don't mind.
I'll explain.
How do you do that? How do you?
have an antivirus in your computer, ma'am. The McAfee antivirus and the not a security issue. So we are calling you from the antivirus company. So you want to renew the contract, the
Acceleration.
antivirus, or you want to cancel the contract, ma'am?
Probably.
Yeah, I don't want to be charged $399.
Okay, so for the cancellation, ma'am, just be in front of the computer, ma'am.
It says secure remote connectivity.
So this is the page that will help you to connect to the cancellation department
Wow,
right now.
so this is like a
That's what I'm gonna
Microsoft's
do as soon as I
website.
get
Wow,
a
this looks really good.
Yeah,
helicopter.
Exactly. And there will be, do you see the
Wow.
any desk? The third one? Yes, ma'am.
It's alright, but
Hello, this is Pegasus. Double left click on any desk.
yeah, but it still takes you down to half health.
Okay.
Your beautiful new aircraft is
On
waiting
any-
at our
Did
nearest
you make
airfield.
Did you
we
make
hope you're
this?
very happy.
Oh, I
madam.
bought the Savage
again.
as well. I
Goodbye.
forgot to
Did
say
you
that.
make this website? Cause
No, it is
What were you saying?
automatically make, ma'am.
oh,
Once you got registered.
okay, yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
it looks real
It's just it's
professional,
big.
and my husband
turns too slow.
Complaining about how his business website doesn't look professional. I mean, this one looks like a fifth grader made it. My husband's looks like maybe like a 2-year-old did his.
Okay, wow, what's your husband do, man?
Cargo Bob's
What's his
probably slightly.
He's a salesman. He sells propane.
I want to say
propane
slower,
accessories.
but I don't know.
Oh, okay. Nice to hear that, ma'am.
Yeah, for sure. It's slightly slower. Yeah, I think the Cargo Bob does turn faster though.
I'm sorry about that. I put you on speakerphone accidentally.
Okay, nothing. Thank you. Do you see any dev.exe?
Yeah.
Just give a double left click on any dev.exe and tell me what changes come on the screen.
Okay, now it says this desk and remote
Yeah,
desk.
just below that this desk, there are some numbers.
Yeah.
Just help me out with the number.
Hold on, where am I?
I'm gonna leave this for a second. I gotta go in my nightclub.
Okay, you know what I realized? I'm sorry.
This thing's
you're
already
talking about the desk.
smoking.
You're
Like
talking
it's
about the
wanting
thing
to
on the
quit, and
computer,
I've
right?
only been getting
Not the thing
shot
on
at
the-
for a
I
very
was
short
looking
amount of
underneath my
time.
laptop for a minute. Yeah. Okay, it says
That works.
7.
And tell me what changes come on the screen. First of all, ma'am, congratulations to you that you have been connected to the cancellation department.
You don't have to have it
Hold on
open.
a second, ma'am.
If you've
Just bear with
already
me for a
set
moment.
it up,
Ma'am,
thank you.
and then you still have the nightclub. Like I have
water, ma'am,
3 or 4
if you don't mind.
businesses that don't have shit in them, and it's still, like
Okay.
I said, it's still passive
Thank you very
income.
much. Just hold on.
Just
Hold
because
on.
I'm playing it,
actually.
automatically gives me
Okay,
stock.
thank you very much for your patience, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, we are just securing the connection, ma'am. Okay?
Well,
I
that's
don't
great.
think I'm anywhere near that.
Yeah, because what happened, ma'am, many of the stuff what's happened, whenever do you use, I believe that you use Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, ma'am?
I have before, yeah. Occasionally I'll go on there and...
Yeah, whenever you
You
would
ever
do,
seen
ma'am.
them?
Yes,
You ever
exactly.
seen them videos where they make the dominoes out of pizza?
You love pizza, ma'am?
No, you know Domino's. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know Domino's, Pizza Hut, Burger King, each and everything I know. Have you
Okay.
ever went?
I didn't realize I was going to get money. That
No.
you know what they
because
say?
no.
Money talks, and I can hear it calling me right now. Deborah, this money's for you.
Oh my God! I should call you Debbie, not Deborah. I should call you Debbie.
No, my mama used to call me Little Debbie Roll when I was a girl, and I didn't like that. So you can just call me Deborah.
Okay, ma'am. I'm extremely sorry, ma'am.
Yeah, that's okay.
Ma'am, right now, the server has got down right now, ma'am. Okay, so you can tell me a convenient time I should give a call back, ma'am.
Are you kidding me right now? You're saying I just spent 20 minutes for nothing? Okay, I'll take this other.
The server.
I'll just take this other guy's
You're
call.
good. I'm
That's
just
fine.
in
Maybe
the
they can help me.
nightclub.
Just restart.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna call the other numbers. So. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh.
He actually sounds kind of sick.
Total
I don't know exactly what happened.
8.4.
These guys really don't know
And I
what
have
they're doing. They
900K
can't
right now.
seem to figure out how to connect to my computer. They're probably using an outdated version of TeamViewer, it looked like. Trying their best to run the scam, but they don't know what they're doing. Wait, what?
Hello.
Oh, ma'am.
Yes. Who is this?
Yeah, this is Raymond again, ma'am.
Oh, what happened?
Yeah. So, are you in front of a computer right now, ma'am?
Yeah, I got the other guy on the line though.
Yeah.
I thought your server broke.
No, hang up the phone first of all, ma'am, and just restart your laptop, ma'am, first of all. Just restart your laptop and just hang up the phone first of all.
Okay, why do you want me to hang up the phone and restart the computer?
Because, ma'am, there are some satellite issues going on, ma'am. That's the reason, ma'am. Okay?
That's satellite
so just
issues?
Restart you. Yeah, there are some satellite issue. There are some server problem going on. That's the main issue, ma'am. So that's the reason I'm telling you. Just restart your computer first of all. From my colleague, ma'am. Just hang up the phone. Don't pick up the call right now.
Oh, you work with him? Hold on, let me put the call together. Hold on, I can put him on the phone. Okay, Daniel, are you there?
Yes, I am, ma'am.
Okay, do you
yes,
work?
Ma'am. I'm
do
there,
you
ma'am.
work with Raymond here?
Sorry, who?
Yes, ma'am.
Who is this?
Daniel? Is it Daniel?
Yeah, my name's Daniel.
Yeah, he was calling me about
Raymond.
the refund.
Well, hi, Raymond. Do you work with the refund department as well?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, no kidding. Which brands?
I'm just
I'm at the Worldwide Association of Web Professionals.
Yes, we are also calling from the Global Tech World Wide Web.
Oh, okay.
What the fuck? I don't
yeah,
know.
I think I
Watch
actually
the
work with the
cameras,
International
the
Worldwide branch. You probably work with the local branch.
Exactly. So we.
Oh, no kidding.
No, you're
Wow.
getting me wrong.
Yeah,
Okay.
ma'am, if you want, you could probably just hang up on him. He probably works for the
My
local
cache
branch.
is
I'm actually
full.
probably I think I have a little bit more authority than he does.
I've,
I work
did I
for the
say I had
Worldwide
921,000?
Web Association of
you're
Worldwide
getting me
Web
wrong, ma'am.
Associates. So.
Okay. No, it can't be possible. How it could be possible?
Did you see it? Yeah, that was
You're
crazy.
working under me.
So do you work for the same company or not?
Yeah. We are working
Yes,
under the
but
same
most
company,
likely,
ma'am.
Yeah.
I have a
We are
lot
noticed
of
when
people
you
that I manage.
went on two
Actually,
wheels and
don't
then
know how many people
it was
I
just funny
manage.
from my
That's how many
point of
people I
view.
manage, and likely
I know it very well, but
he's one of
tell
the
you one more
employees
thing,
of one of the
that
managers of one of the bosses that I manage. If that makes sense.
It can't be possible, ma'am.
Wow.
Okay. Just hang up the phone for him and just listen to me.
Ma'am, it's okay.
Okay,
If you
just
want, you can
the
hang
phone
up on
for him.
Raymond, and it'll just take a few minutes to get the refund. We'll connect your bank, get everything squared away.
Oh, okay.
You'll be in and out in about 10 minutes.
So right now we will just connect you, ma'am. Okay.
Oh. Well,
so just hang up the phone
I mean,
for
Raymond,
Daniel.
if you don't mind, I could just talk to Daniel if he's your boss, or whatever.
I am his
he's
boss.
not my boss,
I am his
ma'am.
boss.
Huh? How is it possible? You are my boss?
Your name's Raymond,
How is it
right?
possible? You are my boss. Yeah, this is my name. My name
Okay,
is Raymond.
Raymond, how about
And
this?
your
Why
name
don't
is
you,
Daniel.
if you
So I'm
hang
the
up,
senior
you can
authority
keep
right
your
now.
job. Otherwise, if you stay on the phone, you're fired.
Oh my God!
Oh,
You really think so? You really think so? You will going to fire me?
I know so.
You really think? So? You really
Okay,
think so?
boys.
You were going to fire me?
Okay, boys,
Oh
you
my
settle
God.
down, settle down.
Sorry, ma'am. I didn't want you to have to hear that.
Ma'am, I'm extremely sorry for that, ma'am. That I'll tell you one more thing, ma'am. He's just scamming you in the name of our taking company.
Excuse me?
I
Wait,
tell
what?
you. Yeah, that's the reason I'm telling you. He's trying to scam you, ma'am. In the name of me.
How on
The name
earth
of
would
the
I be
company.
scamming this woman right now?
Okay?
How would
so
he be
listen to
scamming me?
You're going
He's
to take the bank name.
I've worked with them
You're
before.
going to take your bank account number.
I've been on the World Wide Web
Take your
before.
bank account.
That's right, ma'am. I work on behalf of the
No, no, no.
Worldwide Web-wide Association of Certified
bank
Tech
account.
Web
Listen to me,
Professional
listen to me.
Certified
You're going to take
Associates, and
bank account
that's
number,
right. That's right.
Take access of your computer, ma'am. And he will going
Hey.
to scam you.
Hey,
So don't tell
Raymond.
me anything about this, ma'am.
Hey,
Okay?
Raymond.
He will going to scam you. Tell me. He will going to take
Hey,
access of
Raymond.
your computer.
Why don't you just be quiet?
Okay.
No.
Okay, both of you need to
Because
calm
you-
down. Hey, both of you need to treat
Because-
each other with respect, all right?
No, ma'am.
Calm
I know,
down.
ma'am. Because he scamming you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am.
I just need to speak with whoever's going to give me my money back. I don't really have time for y'all
I'll
to,
give you your money
to
back
fight
right
to
now,
fight
ma'am.
each other.
Ma'am, I will give you $700.
No.
A $700 refund right now.
Really?
If she had
Yes.
a $400 refund. Why you will going to give him?
Well, I just looked in the records,
$700?
and
You will going to pay by your pocket?
because she's
No,
had
you
to
will
deal
pay
with
by
an
pocket?
insubordinate
Huh?
customer service
No. You
representative
will
named
going to pay
Raymond,
by
I
her
am
pocket
authorized
or
to
what?
give a
You
couple
think
extra
she's a
dollars
fool
to
or what?
her.
Eh?
So
No, she had.
I'm here. I'm like always here.
There should be like little things you can do to make your nightclub popularity go up. Like you shouldn't have to go in and then do the resident DJ or the nightclub management and like the promote club. You should like there should just be like spots on the map you can go or like smaller jobs. Yeah, kind of. You good. I've probably got a few more minutes. I was just getting my popularity up, really. It's all good. I was about to check that too. I don't know what I have at my bunker. If it's full, yeah. Sorry, I'm just getting my fucking Sparrow put up. I didn't realize I still had it out. Turn, and I accidentally requested a dinghy on land. Yeah. Shit. Yeah, I'm trying to... That's exactly why I returned that shit, too. I got 57 seconds left till I can grab a heli. I don't know. I think it's just any race, isn't it? I don't know, because I got it. I had raced like a few races yesterday. Not just the fucking, there was a stunt and then the drift. I kind of felt bad the first one. I wrecked the living shit out of those guys. Do you want to ride? Do you need a ride? Okay, I should just be able to invite you. But you're looking it up, right? Because I really have no idea. I just want to do one, though, quick. What the fuck? It reset, so now it's placed top 3 and 4 for 4 days in a row. So that means we have to have 3 people. Or 4 people, theoretically. Right? That fucking sucks. Oh, GT, 4GT is in the thing. No. Vapid FMJ. I like snow. It only comes like a week of the year. Oh. What the fuck was I doing? It was literally something I was about to do, but I can't remember. About to die. You definitely should. They're worth it. Oh, really? Imagine they did setups. I didn't, but I was literally just trying to help, bro. Like, I got a helicopter, everything. The other dude's already in it, and then he still decided to rocket it. The rival VIP quit the session. Said you left. Yeah. I see my health bar through the helicopter. Like, not at the bottom left, but like right above my character. Oh, fuck. Of course it's a goddamn arena war.
Hello, everyone. I'm your host, Al Jerome, here with a movie star turned politician.
That's right, Al. Vinewood teaches you how to create spectacle and twist the knife in the side of democracy.
They already started
This
it.
is Arena Wars Buzzer Beater, brought to you by Atomic Tires. Life, run over it. So, Jock, we're going to be watching racers going against the clock.
And if they're too slow, yeah, boom goes the dynamite. You're dead, stupid. Darwin for the win. That DNA ain't getting passed down so more people can beg for entitlements.
Okay. Well, this is truly going to be an amazing race.
I still don't even know. Which one was it? Does it say? Oh, yeah, we already...
Oh, there's a reward for that kill. More time for you. All right, we're almost ready to begin, Jock.
That's right. Tonight, if you're not number one, you will die.
Explosives on each vehicle, racing against the clock.
The crowd is deafening, Al.
Oh, got a new racer in first. A lot of time on that clock.
What the How? Oh my god. I'm trying to figure out how to hit people on a bike. How do I?
So close, that racer did not have much time left. And the lead is stolen. In first place with the most time remaining. Oh, showing off with that flip.
Oh, that's too bad. They hit a checkpoint in the
Shit, I wanted to try to do the ramp.
Oh boy, they're dropping like flies out there. Only half the players remaining. Half the players are out, Al.
What? How? I don't understand that.
Spectator box seeing a lot of action.
I forgot about this dumbass wheel. This shit's a scam. You spend fucking $4 million on a fucking one vehicle, and then you can get max, what is it, 6K or something retarded.
Little remote control car is gonna be trouble. Arena war wheel spinning could mean trouble.
No. He got 10K.
Checkpoint. Thought they were a goner.
Bless you. I was trying to join a race. But this ain't no regular ass race. I don't understand why I got this. No, it's a scam, is what it is. Be right back. I need to grab something to eat. bad. I went and made a sandwich. I finally got one race, but I finished in 5th. And then I just got back in time for this one to start too. But I got the wrong car. What the fuck? Somebody was able to go before the time went off. That's the craziest thing I've ever seen. Get off the wall, goddammit. I don't know if I'm gonna get 3rd in this one either. I've been fucking 8th. Do what? Hell yeah. Which one? Oh my fucking god, I just ramped off. That one's it's alright. You should have got the Jester RR. Fuck. Hell yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be back on later. I gotta go shave, shower, and shit. See you later.